Hey, good evening, and welcome back to Tabletop Travel Agency. I am your tabletop tour guide, Val, and we're going to hop right back into Girl by Moonlight. But before we do, let's have David catch us up. David?
Howdy, kids. So last time, it was Pancake Day. Now, Pancake Day is a big day around here. Not for Eiffel. Eiffels a waffle guy, as established. So here's a list of things that happened in a somewhat synchronous order as I remember them. So, first thing that happened, we definitely committed a crime by stealing $1 million piece of government machinery and hiding it from the government. So, then we went to go get some of Sally's mom's tools, right? And, what? Oh, and Theo broke the elevator. Theo, how'd you do that?
I just messed with it.
Define mess with it.
I was working and then it wasn't working.
Like most things in life, it worked until it was dead. Anyway, elevator broken, and we go to get Sally's mom's tools. We find a weird goo creature. I tell Theo to kill it. Theo panics and almost tells my dad, like I punched him too hard at a family cookout. Then, we're looking through vials of goo and whatever tools are around when, Sally's mom had like videos on a computer. What? She was prodding into Sam. What? Who knew? So she and Jackson had a little convo. He threatened to shoot her. Typical stuff. You all know it. Right? Gun threats to our fellow pilots aside, everything was like chill after that. It was totally sick. There was no awkward tension in the room after Jackson threatened to kill Sally, and Sally, got, kind of mad at him for it. So, yeah, now we're all chilling, waiting for the next shoe to drop, I guess, right? Is that about it?
I believe you were hoping to have a conversation with your father
Oh, no.
the recent events that have unfolded. Your favorite thing to do, Jackson.
I can go. We don't need to do this. Jackson can.
But no, I would say you're there. You're ready to go have a conversation with your dad outside the door next day. Have you told them you're going to go talk to your dad, or is this just kind of a you thing?
This was, like, in the same instance of, like, you showing them the videos of your mom. Like, at, like, the fourth or fifth mention of Sam's name, Jackson, like, got up and just stormed out of the room.
Okay. So, yeah, we flash back to while you guys are still, watching some fun home movies of Sally's mom. And Jackson, you have decided you have some business to take care of that involves Fleet Admiral Eiffel, your father.
All right. Okay. Am I, like, outside the door, or?
Yeah, you go up the elevator.
Working?
That one is, yes. There are more than one elevator. You go to his office here at the very end of Pancake Day.
Do I know for a fact he's there, or is there like a scheduling thing? Like, is he?
He's there.
Okay, he's in there. Cool. we're just
the pit of your heart.
We're just like Michael Phelps. We dive right in. All right. All right. Okay. Jackson. Jackson doesn't like skip a beat. I know I'm pausing to like breathe and kind of bring my energy down a little, but I think Jackson just stomps right through, and I think there are like maybe some interns and a couple engineers who like try to stop him or say something to him, and he just like pushes right past them. He does not listen.
Yeah. They're trying to tell you, oh, your dad's in the middle, and you're like, you walk right through. I think you usually kind of have this sort of begrudging open door policy with your dad, that you can walk in and he might not usually like it, but he accepts this. So he's not really that surprised when he sees you. He doesn't look thrilled to see you considering the content of your recent conversations, but he just kind of quietly turns from his desk to look at you.
Where is Sam?
Why do you need to know?
Where is Sam?
Why do you need to know?
Because I need to.
I'm sorry that you are upset right now. There have always been procedures in place, and I don't understand why this week you can't follow them.
This week's a little different.
Why?
I don't know. Who was going to tell me that Sally's mom was treating him like a lab rat? Was anybody?
It wasn't...
Were you?
It had never been approved. When we found out it had been happening, it ended. I don't understand why that would be relevant, considering it was never truly a thing to begin with.
Every single thing we do, right? We hear something about Sam. Sam is mentioned, right? It doesn't matter what I do, what I look into, if I'm going behind your back or if I'm in front of your face. Sam gets brought up, and now he's gone. You aren't blind. You knew what he meant to me. So I'm going to ask one more time. Where is my Sam?
I'm sorry that you are upset that he is gone.
Is the door open?
Yes.
I close it.
All of us have lost people, Jackson. That's part of the game. I'm sorry that you're upset that Sam is gone. That doesn't change the way things are.
Where did you send him? Where was the last time you saw him? You know that's what I'm asking. You're dodging the question. Where is Sam Sailrose? Where is he?
He will sort of pause now and sit back in his seat. Kind of clearly on deciding what he's going to say. And what are you going to do if you find him, Jackson? I don't think this is going to help you. It's not going to help your team.
When have you ever known what would help me? When have you ever? Where is Sam?
Why don't you make a roll for me, Jackson?
All right.
And you can choose what that's going to be.
This feels pretty defiant.
This does feel pretty defy.
All right. I only have one. You know what?
Ooh.
Can I accept a poison promise in this instance?
Ooh, let's see.
I don't like that. Ooh.
You know what? That ooh makes me think maybe this wasn't a great idea.
Well, it is a poison promise.
I love poison.
Sure, yes.
Okay.
We'll decide what that looks like after the fact. But yes, you may.
Oh no.
Please. Please. It's a 2 and a 6.
Okay, yep. So with a 6, your father, he takes a long pause. He's clearly debating. You know what he's like thinking through in his head for the most part, I would say. Captain Sailrose went on a solo mission to do some reconnaissance out near the moon. Chances are, if his engine is still anywhere to be found, it would have been pulled into the orbit of the moon. I can't say if it's there. I can't say in what condition it will be in if you find it.
You sent him to the moon.
He wanted to go.
Why did he want to go?
He felt that he sensed that there might be a Leviathan presence there nearby. He wanted to get close. And
you just let him?
Do Do you think if I had said no to you wanting to do something similar, you would have listened?
No.
No.
But Sam wasn't me. And you know, I've had a long time to think about it. And a long time to think about him. You had a year. You had a year to tell me this.
I don't know what difference it would have made. These things happen, and we have to keep going.
God,
it's the only option.
It's always forward. It's always forward.
It
You
has to
never
be.
take a second for anyone.
What good would it do? Any time that we're pausing, we're weakening ourselves.
Did you ever stop to think that maybe you should take a minute to look at what's around you before you go forward with any of this? Anything you do? I wasn't ready. I learned that not just today, but for the past year. I didn't get 5 seconds to get over him being gone before suddenly I had 2 randos on my front door asking me to lead them. And a third right behind them. So maybe if you stopped to appreciate it for 5 seconds, you could have seen it. And he storms out, and before he does, he goes, you know, every day I keep asking myself the same thing. Whether it's you sending me on another suicidal death mission, or you yelling at me for no reason, or you doing God knows what, every day I ask myself the same thing. Would Mom hate the person you've become too? I'm going to find Sam. Whether you want to stop me or not is up to you. You won't. And I open the door and I leave.
He lets you leave? Whew. All right. So, you leave. Back down in the hangar, Sally, you've been running your tests. You've gotten the results back on your own DNA study that you were looking to do, kind of in your little corner sort of lab situation you set up. I almost imagine on your little mechanics bench that you have for Terpsichore. It's now just covered in alembics and graduated cylinders and goo.
My little science kit.
Yeah. And you've been studying the DNA that you had. Like we said, you found some results from your own DNA if you'd like to share. You also found from Elena that she had sort of traces of this thing that your mom was calling spores.
Yeah.
Mixing into her own sort of biology.
Yeah. I'll walk back over to the. What are these guys doing?
What are you guys doing?
Yeah, what are you guys
well,
up to?
Sally's
Well, I'm
pouring
sciencing.
beakers around.
And I've got my mom's videos on if you want to watch those, I guess. Want to watch my mom?
Watch more home movies with
movies with the
Professor Barrett.
Terry's definitely just watching what Sally's doing with just awe, but also extreme confusion.
Yeah, you're doing some cool DNA stuff.
He couldn't tell a Bunsen burner from a beaker, even though they're
This is
very
rude.
clearly
Oh,
different.
that is very different.
You could
We
ask
should
him the
start there.
terms, and he'd go, the puppets?
Oh my gosh, you love the ancient show, The Muppets, as well. That's wonderful.
I said the puppets to avoid copyright.
Oh gosh,
but
that's
yes,
true. I'm sorry, that one. The puppets.
The puppets.
The puppets.
So yes, Terry's just watching in awe as well as confusion.
My favorite was Kevin the Frog.
I love Bunsen burner. That's who it's referring to.
Theo has left. He is doesn't want to be around anyone right now. He has left the hangar.
You should go play some Mountains of Mythos.
Yeah, probably. He's probably going
Cool.
play some video
This
games.
is gamer den.
So I guess since Terry's around and weirdly watching what I'm doing, I'll be like, that's really weird. Do you want to know what I found? Are you?
Well, I don't totally understand what you're doing, but I'll definitely listen to what you got to say.
Well, my mom was saying that the spores from the engines and from the Leviathans are getting into our blood, which I thought was weird, but I thought, hey, let's test the blood, right? And Elena and my mom, they had a lot of them. Like, a lot. And then, but I don't have as much, but I can talk to her with my brain. But I noticed here in our genetic code, if you were here, this is our genetic sequences over here, and I see that the match is a bit better over me than my mom, which is weird because me and my mom, we're genetically related. It's been fascinating, Terry. I'm so excited, but I'm so scared, but I'm so excited to finally be moving somewhere, to be getting some information. It's been fun.
I understood about half of that, but what I'm understanding is more spores in blood?
Yeah.
Bad.
I don't know if it was bad. My mom...
Your mom seemed kind of crazy. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be real with you as your friend. Your mom was a little crazy, and Elena's engine tried to absorb her or something?
Those are both true statements that you are making, yes. My mom, judging by the videos, did seem to be a bit obsessed with this and a bit, perhaps less sane than when I last spoke to her, but she was definitely onto something. And yeah, maybe more spore bad, because those people are both dead. But we don't know what Sam's levels were like. We don't know if anyone else was involved in this. I can't find any videos with anyone else involved. I don't know. Do you want me to test your blood? You've got a lot. I don't
know if I particularly want you to test my blood. Now, I am aware I do have a lot of it.
Oh, yeah, and you do not need all of it. I promise you will make more.
Would you like to test my blood?
I thought you'd never ask. Where would you like me to take your blood? I don't have to take it anywhere crazy. Like, it's not like the stab your hands thing. Like, I'll just take a little bit.
Where do you
Whips out syringe. Like, I just suddenly have it in my hand.
Terry just slowly puts his arm out.
Okay.
Now, don't take too much.
You have great veins. Has anyone ever told you that before? That's called distraction.
I got that.
Thank you. Here's a Band-Aid.
You're welcome. That's also a comment I get IRL. Terry is extremely concerned at Sally's want for blood and how excited she is about her want for blood.
Terry, it's a want for science. It's a want for science. I'll let you know what I find.
If anyone prefaced a conversation with me with the words, "You have a lot of blood," I would be concerned too.
As long as you don't take it from anywhere that would be bad, I say we're fine.
It's only this much. It's fine. You're fine.
All right.
Starts my
Do I get a juice box? When they took my blood when I first joined up, they gave me a juice box.
This is not quite enough for a Lorna Doone in a juice box, but
Man.
I think... I'm sure we have some of that popcorn left. Not that popcorn, that is burned too. I think we have other popcorn. We could have some popcorn.
I would hope so.
Let's go have some popcorn.
Cat burns popcorn like a wildfire.
Let's not let Jackson near the
making raw popcorn.
Let's not let Jackson near the
He
microwave again.
burns popcorn like a wildfire in summer.
Somehow it's raw and burnt. It doesn't make any sense.
I think we've gone delusional.
So,
I run my tests and I go make some popcorn.
you make some popcorn. It's normal popcorn for one.
Yes!
Not a
Forgot what
burnt
it
kernel.
tastes like.
Burnt kernels.
Somewhere Jackson just had like a heart pang. He's like,
There's unburnt popcorn somewhere on the station.
You test Terry's blood. He's got very small, like trace amounts of that alien matter, the spores inside of his blood. Kind of like the same amount that you would have after, like, kind of joining the team at the same time.
Okay.
Do you have any interest in bothering either of these two for their blood?
They
or-
ran away. I'm
Yeah.
not going to take
Okay.
their blood yet, but I'll talk to them the next time I see them about their blood. Maybe see if there's a natural way to bring it up in conversation.
I can't believe we're checking each other's blood for microplastics.
Anyway, can I have some blood? I guess if this is like the end of the night, I think I would want to try and find Theo to make sure he's okay. But
Yeah.
and not necessarily to ask for blood. I don't know what you're talking about. If it comes up,
Nobody, in fact, talked about it at all.
I was talking about blood.
Theo, are you in your room?
Yeah, Theo's back home in his room playing video games.
Yeah, I would say you're playing with your normal play group right now, which is Richie and Vi on the other team. They just ask you like, "Hey, how's it going?"
These are established characters?
Yes.
They really are the B team.
No, there's Vi on the B team who you know, and then his friend Richie, who he
Okay.
plays with all the time. You guys just don't ask about his interests.
I'm gonna learn all his backstory right now.
What's that
Don't
future
worry.
boy
Do you
into?
even know what he means in Mountains of Mythos? I don't think so. You never asked.
That's easy. Summoner.
Yeah, so Theo is a tank.
Oh.
Oh, so close.
But yeah, he's just like one-word answers to everything. Like, it's like, how you doing? It's like, fine.
Oh, this is Vi, who's always like pretty quiet too. You seem pretty quiet tonight.
Yeah,
Something happened?
something.
Do you want to talk about it?
Do you want to pull your weight in this match?
Noted.
Oh my god.
All
The
right.
episode.
Never mind.
Oh.
It will go quiet.
If you guys could top lane, that would be great.
So there's a weird silence of you, grinding in your game, and then you hear a knock on the door.
Hey, I'm gonna go on mute for a minute. I'm still playing though. Come in.
Ooh. Stuck in the jungle again?
Are you winning, son?
You need something?
That'll, no, not necessarily.
I'm gonna go.
How?
Honesty's the best policy. Honesty's the best policy. I just wanted
Sorry,
to...
1 second. Hey, can you go around? Yep, yeah, thank you. Okay, yeah, good, thanks.
I just wanted to check in. If this is a bad time, I can come back later, but...
It's fine. Why would it be a bad time?
Well, because of all the stuff that happened, and I really feel like it wasn't great for anyone, but especially you.
You mean the stuff about how, everyone else on the team is, in on different secrets and conspiracies, and, Theo doesn't need to know any of that.
Theo?
We just need him to lie for us and not tell him what he's lying about.
Those sound like tough feelings. And I can see how it would look like that, but I promise I didn't tell anyone. I was lying to everybody equally, but I'm not anymore. And the only reason they knew anything was because they came into the room, and I was so heck bent on getting in there that I didn't even notice that you didn't come with us until it was too late. And I'm sorry. We should have all been in there together, and I don't want there to be any more lies, Theo. I'm sorry.
So just to be clear, your apology is that I would have known things if it wasn't for the fact that you all forgot about me.
I definitely forgot about you. Again, no more lies. I did.
Right.
I was very...
You forgot about me. Terry straight up abandoned me. And then, Jackson, our leader, took us on a completely unauthorized mission.
Yikes. Yeah, that's all very true.
Right, but I'm the bad guy.
I never
because
said.
I
No.
wanted to go through the chain of command.
You're hurt, and that makes absolute sense. And is this a bad time to ask for your blood? Yeah, no, it would be. You know what? I don't want to ask anything more of you, but
Maybe some blood.
I am running tests on all of the people to see if I can get anywhere. And again, I don't want you to feel like you're being left out of anything. We're taking Terry's blood. So I don't want you to feel like... Theo, if you have any questions, you can ask me.
I'll go to the ship medical officer in the morning and leave blood on file for you.
I don't know if they'll give me the blood, but that's okay. You could do that, and I would understand. I'm not asking you to trust me. I am telling you, though, that I'm...
Hey, yeah, we're not winning this one. I say we just GG and get out. Yeah, all right. Yeah, I'll see y'all tomorrow.
I'm not telling you that you have to trust me, but I do promise that I've not meant to hurt anyone by hiding this. My mom was called crazy, and she was kicked out for trying to do something about this. And not by you. I mean, you're not there, but still. She was in your head.
Look, you don't have to explain anything. I get it. I'm new here. I had an idea of what this was going to be, and that's not it. I'm fine. I've processed it already. I've gone through... Do you guys still have those stages here? Whatever. I don't know. Is that what I'm going through? Whatever it is, I'm done with it. I figured it out. I'm good to go. I will be giving 110%, okay? You don't have to worry about me. I'm here. I'll take care of myself. I'll be a part of this team. I'll pull my weight, okay?
Can I ask one question?
Sure.
If there's anything that you know that would help us, you'd tell us, right?
Yeah. I'm doing my best, okay?
Me too.
Okay.
I'm sorry. So no on the blood? Tomorrow. You rest. I'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
It's fine. Ooh, medical records.
Theo, like DMs Richie is like, hey, I don't know if Vi might be busy, but you just want to like duo up on our own.
Wow, you're gonna leave by. Oh, I get it. Yeah, Richie will play another round with you.
Yeah, we just play some video games.
Okay. Alright. So I would say you guys all sort of call it a night on your own terms. I don't know how restful a night it is for everybody, but it's a night that passes nonetheless. Jackson, I feel like you have some plans for what you would like the group to do next.
Jackson, in the morning, calms everybody to come to his dorm.
Okay. You are all awoken or awake. I don't know your schedules, but...
Yeah, head on over.
Yeah, Harry definitely. He's a little groggy, but he heads on over.
Yeah, Theo goes.
Alright, so you all convene. You know, it's not a huge room, but it's made bigger by the fact that Jackson doesn't share a dorm with anyone, which is kind of unusual.
Do we all share dorms with people?
Yeah.
Oh.
Jackson, Jackson closes the door to his bedroom, and he's got on, he has his pilot suit, kind of in his hand, and he's got, his, kind of jumpsuit on, and he goes, we're going to talk, and it's going to be hard, and it's going to be difficult, and everybody is going to, at one point, yell at one another and say things they regret. But I called you here to talk, so that's what we're going to do. No matter what it's about, no matter whatever's going on, we're talking, and if you try to leave, I will have you court-martialed. Welcome to group-mandated family therapy. The door is locked.
What a way to start. Alright.
Well, I'm a little tired, and I'd ask if I could sit down, but considering you don't have a roommate, I really don't feel like sitting on your bed, Cap.
The bed's in the other room. I have a pull-out couch. You can just sit there.
All right. Terry sits on said couch.
All right. Does anybody else need... I have a folding chair and a countertop, I guess.
Trash can you can turn upside down.
Yeah, here, he pulls the bag out and he flips it upside down. He chests it to Sally like this. He goes, huh.
Theo tries
Sit on your garbage.
to Theo tries to subtly see if he could check the door and see if that was true about the door actually being locked.
He goes, I don't want to go back to playing Mountain of Mythos.
Like, he's not trying to leave. He's trying to do that thing, like, jiggle the handle to see if the door's locked.
You can do that. Just like,
You're not locked in here.
See where the lies start.
is the door locked?
He like presses the pad and it just goes like, which is no.
Sorry, bumped the wall.
No, you didn't. Theo sit in the folding chair.
Terry's just something.
Theo sits down.
Barely awake.
This is going to be a long conversation, and we're all gonna have it, and nobody gets to get out of it, right?
Can't even get your coffee first.
Legally, we have to die together. So things like secrets and little tit-for-tat conversations and arguments and emotional baggage that you have with other members has to be cleared up, unless you want to die in the wrong person's arms. Right? So, we're all gonna make friends, sing Kumbaya, and have a conversation.
Is this a bad time to bring up that No.
No.
I'll start.
No.
I'll
Rewind
start.
it.
Yeah.
What's that about?
I am sorry that I have withheld information from all of you. I'm here to study the Leviathans. That is true. It's also true that my mother worked here to research the Leviathans and to discover what's actually going on. And it's so much bigger than us. And I'm sorry that I was not truthful, but I could have easily gotten kicked out at any moment. And I wouldn't have been able to keep going and finish my research. And I hadn't even begun, but we've already made finding her lab and finding the samples and being able to take samples has been completely mission altering. I'm sorry that I wasn't sure whether or not I could trust you guys, and I know that it doesn't look great that I only came to you when I had to. But you know what? This is where we are now. I'm a fraud, but I'm here for a good reason, and I only want to help you guys. I only want to help humanity. I only want to figure this out.
Does understanding the Leviathans necessarily help us beat them?
I don't think that they're here for anything that they did. I think there's a lot more to this. I think that it's an ongoing battle that we don't need to be fighting. I think that there's
You think
so
we don't
much
need to
more.
be protecting humanity?
Hold on.
Not at all.
Let's stop, both of you. All right? Before we get into any conversations about the mission, right? And your weird mom, right? And all the other stuff, right? Before we get into any of that, we're going to say our different pieces, right? We're going to go one at a time, and we're going to say how we feel. You went first. Now, do I necessarily agree with a lot of the themes and justifications? Not exactly. But I get it. I accept your apology, and I hear what you're saying. Okay? We are going to have that conversation after the one about us. Because remember, fundamental to whatever happens with the Leviathans is us. And if we don't work, we die. You get are we getting the gravity here, right? Theo, I don't know if people still die where you're from. We die, right? If I can't trust you, well, if you can't trust me to throw you, like I usually do, then we die. That's the end of the sentence. That's it, period, right? That's lights. We're a team. We have to work like a team, right? Doesn't matter how much strength Hoverboard has, right? If she doesn't have, right, Brickstorm to take hits, right? Or Terpsichore to do a lot of the fast thinking, right? Or you to do a lot of cool barrel rolls and look really sick, right?
Is what we do.
Right? If she doesn't have aerial covered, if she doesn't have intelligence covered, if she doesn't have ground covered, doesn't matter how strong I am, I die. And that's it. Doesn't matter how fast we are, how smart we are, how anything. We're dead. Period, game over. We're a team. We're going to talk this out like one, and we'll get to that later. right?
Can I just say, I know you all have lost people, and you look at me and see someone who hasn't lost anything. But the truth is, I don't know if I've lost anything. I could have. I could have lost everything. If we don't win this, I might not have a home to ever go back to. I might not ever have a home ever existing. Okay, I don't know how any of this works. So, I just don't want you to all think that I'm not in this as much as you are.
And Theo, I don't want you to think that winning this only means defeat. That we don't know what winning this looks like. I wish we did. I wish that we did. I wish we knew how this goes. But we don't. And I know that that's got to be scary for you. And I know that you've left a lot behind. And I'm sorry.
Okay.
We don't think you haven't lost anything, Theo. I mean, you come from a place we know nothing about, right, with people we know nothing about. You lost your home, you lost your friends, you lost your family. Whatever you had in the future, you have lost. But the thing about that is, you have a new home with us, and you've got new friends with us, and a new family with us. And if you decide to go back to that whenever this is all said and done, we'll totally understand. But we don't think you haven't lost anything. It might be different loss than each of us have, but you still lost a lot. And you didn't have a choice in it as far as we're aware. And that means something, because we do know that.
I'm 100% with them. That's what I told you yesterday, right? We're a family. That means trust is implicit, right? And I know you've lost. I can't imagine what it's like, right? Beyond an immigrant story, right? You're not just being pulled from a culture that you used to assign yourself to. You're being pulled from the people. The very foundations of your existence are different, right? This isn't your time. It's culturally different. It's societally different. Everything is different, and you're a fish out of water beyond belief. Of course I saw that. I don't want you to think for a second I didn't, right? We know you've lost. But we want to show you you have something here with us.
All right. With that, Captain, go on with whatever you've got. Just know I'm here, part of this team. I'm not backing down again. You can count on me.
Aye, private. Terry, you got something you want to say?
Terry's like kind of just sits up after like sitting here like this.
Oh no, you sink. Couch is just destroyed.
No
Old
springs.
couch.
Terry forces himself up. Even
Just,
like
like,
when he
flames
was
the
talking to
curtains.
Theo, he was like stuck in the couch. When I was up, he's like,
He was at like a 45-degree angle.
yeah. Now he's like, I don't have any major qualms with anyone here. Would like my blood back potentially, but
Wait, hold on, stop. You took his blood?
I asked.
I
How
can show
did
you.
you?
she did in
You,
fact
you asked
ask.
for his. How many people's blood are you asking for?
I haven't got a chance
That's
to ask
not-
for your
Getting
blood
the
yet.
third.
I've been
Terry, you
running.
were saying?
What I was saying is, I have no real qualms with anyone on the team, and I know everyone's got their own things that they're dealing with. I know I've got my stuff that I'm dealing with. I'm still trying, wrestle with the fact that I'm kind of, between the two teams, the only, what you would call a Lancer left, I suppose. I watched my equivalent get pulled from her engine, and, that definitely was something I'm still wrestling with. But my issues are not with anyone on the team. I suppose I just have to learn to deal with the job a little better and be more open about that. But I've always been with you guys on whatever we got to do, because, we're only as strong as our weakest link, right? And I can't just let that be me.
For the record, you're not the weakest link. None of you are. Right? It's not a competition, guys. It's a body, right? It doesn't matter if you got a tummy ache, the liver and the brain still got to work, right? We got to be a machine. And, that means you're all equal. right? No matter what.
Gotta remember, though, we may have to make up a machine, but we're not machines.
So, yeah, now getting into my piece here. I am a failure as a captain, as a leader, and as a soldier. I ignored my mission directive. I ignored orders. I blatantly flew in front of the face of administration and dragged you guys in with me. I did not tell you why. I left Theo to drown without any sort of lifesaver, and I assigned Terry to clean up the mess, and then I threatened to shoot one of my fellow recruits. And because of
Hasn't
that,
happened in a few weeks.
because of that, I will say it. I am a failure as your lieutenant commander. I was not prepared for this role. The fact is that one day, Liam died. And Sam died. And before there was them, there were 8 other commanding officers who died. And it was me. Suddenly the A-team was me. And the next day I woke up, I crawled out of bed, and went to the hangar to clean up the blood and viscera from my engine. And sitting there waiting for me were you two. And then suddenly he walked in the door. And suddenly they all looked at me. You all looked at me like I was supposed to know what to do. I didn't, and I still don't. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry the command let you down, and I'm sorry that I let you down. And I owe you so much, but starting with that is an explanation. A full, open book explanation. Sam Sailrose and I were close. You all know that. Sam Sailrose was my commanding officer, formally, and informally we were dating. And Jackson goes and he opens the door to a bedroom and he kind of invites you all in to look. Inside is kind of a 2 kind of dorm beds pushed together. One of them has been like made recently, very clearly. The other is like has been like opened and like folded up, and like somebody has gotten out of it, maybe recently. And there's like pictures on the wall of like him and Sam. There's one of him and Sam with penguins. There is under the bed like a bunch of those like large kind of packs of cigarettes that he's been like contraband holding. And there's just a bunch of just, various other items, personal journals, logs, etc. And Jackson kind of opens the door to let you guys in, and he goes, I didn't know what to do yesterday. He didn't tell me. Your mom didn't tell me. Your mother was poking and prodding into him like a lab rat, and I didn't know. And then suddenly the video played where she was going mad because of these things, and Sam left without a trace, and I assumed the worst, and she knew, and she's your mother, so I'm not gonna say much, but I will say I'm mad. I'm angry. Nobody in command really knew about this, but I felt like somebody should have told me. And no one did, and I didn't know what to do. I should have just... It's my job to grit my teeth, but I couldn't. sorry. I'm sorry I hid all this. I'm sorry I let my emotions blind me, and I'm sorry I failed. I'm sorry.
I didn't know that she'd been working on Sam. I didn't know. It sounded like he was a willing participant. It didn't seem like he was hurt or unhappy. I'm sorry he didn't tell you. I didn't... That has to feel terrible.
He was never unhappy. He always smiled. You know, sometimes he was, got all serious, but that was the thing. He always smiled. And I just didn't know. And no one told me. He didn't tell me. So I'm angry. I'm angry at your mom. I'm angry at him, and I don't know what to do.
And Sally, you'll hear Terp,
Yeah.
she's been quiet, but she kind of quietly whispers in your brain. If we could have told people, we would have, what we were trying to figure out in there. But we knew the more people that knew, the less likely we could finish, and it was a risk, and in the end, maybe it didn't pay off, but I don't think your mother or even Sam had anything against anyone by not telling them.
He couldn't have told you. Terpsichore and my mom, it was all secret. He couldn't have told you, and I'm sure he wanted to, but he couldn't have. He was risking a lot even being a part of it.
I appreciate the sentiment and the opinion. It's not enough to fix it.
I'm not trying. I know it can't be fixed.
It's not your fault. The sins of your mother are not yours.
She was only trying to help. But I understand.
You guys have questions? I have answers. Well,
You said you don't know what to do, but all you can really do is your best. It's like I said before, we're not machines, we're just human. If you're flying a plane and your engine stalls, you do your best to recover. You level out, you aim for, a nice landing, and you hope you make it. Sometimes, you do, sometimes you don't. Or at least it's not smooth. But if you land it all right, even if you get scraped up, you get back up again, and try better next time. Try not to have that happen again. Figure out what went wrong. You just gotta keep going and do your best. It's all you can do. And it's all you're ever going to do. And honestly, if we're speaking truthfully here, if I had thought you were a good soldier when I met you, I probably wouldn't have followed you. Let's be real here. Let me take a look at myself for a second. I am reckless. I do not follow the chain of command most of the time. I piss you off like it's nobody's business, and I certainly probably piss your dad off even more. Just simply because I don't listen to you. Which pisses him off because it shows you don't know what you're doing and I don't know what I'm doing. But essentially what I'm saying is, if you were a robot who just gave orders and followed orders, I would have asked to join B Team, probably. I want to be a pilot and I want to do this, but I want to do it with people that I know won't sell me out because someone told them to. And I know you won't. I know if your dad looked you in the eye and said that you would be court-martialed if you, didn't leave me behind, you wouldn't leave me behind. You would risk that court-martial. You'd come back for me. And I know that you're beating yourself up inside because you couldn't go back for Sam. But we know things weren't right. We know they've been keeping something from us now from those videos. And hell, we might have a chance to go find Sam now. You might not have been able to go back then, but you can go back now, and that's what matters.
I can go look through my mom's records. We could see if there's anything in the tapes that we could find out where he was heading.
I know. Before I say anything, Theo, do you have anything you want to say?
I'm following you. I'm part of this team. You keep pointing the way. I'll keep following.
Okay, that gets me to the next point. I am not going to ask you all to come find Sam with me. You don't have to. I failed, and I'm gonna hold that for forever. So, me and Hoverboard are gonna go find Sam, and if you want to come with me, you're more than welcome to. But I'm not gonna command you to.
All right, when are we heading out?
Yeah, you think after what I just said, I'd say I'm staying behind? I feel like you just didn't listen to a word if you thought I was going to say no.
Well, you might like this one.
Where are we going?
The moon.
Spacewalk!
Which, our moon?
There's one, yeah.
There's a lot of moons. But that one?
No,
The
big
moon.
one. Yeah, the
Luna
big-
herself.
Perfect.
The big one.
I forgot how weird
Let's
you guys
go.
are about your moon.
What do you mean, our moon?
It's a pretty...
The moon around this planet.
Yeah, but you said our moon, implying that our moon is not your moon.
What's your moon like?
I feel like we should we address this now or later?
Have I not told you I don't come from Earth?
Huh?
Later.
What?
That?
Later. Later.
Yeah.
Later. Maybe, you know what?
Just when I mentioned it.
You know what?
The time travel was a lot. Aliens a bit much too.
You know what? Over waffles.
Oh, it's waffle day! It's waffle day!
Waffle days tomorrow.
I've always been a
Oh.
pancake guy myself. But you know what? We'll get back to that. Let's head to the moon, baby.
Okay, let's go to the moon.
Without breakfast?
Do you need breakfast?
I
We
could go for a
just
little
woke up. We
brekkie.
just woke up.
Theo pulls out the nutrition rations.
Oh, come on,
I
The
got
lunch
Theo!
tastes like garbage.
Theo, no! Oh, God.
Now, would you like to take your downtime before the mission? Have some, cereal or whatever they're serving today?
Oh,
Or would you like
cereal
to go straight to mission?
I'm good to just go straight.
I'm
to
just
mission.
going to jump
I'm
straight
good
in.
to have proverbial breakfast.
I feel like downtime.
Off-screen
would,
breakfast.
I feel like downtime will be much better after
Yeah, let's
whatever mental anguish we're about to go into.
Yeah!
A reminder that might affect your readiness.
Well,
But narratively,
narratively, there's no time like the present.
all right, are we jumping in?
I'd say so.
Okay, then I guess it's time to cut to the action. So, as always, we start with one die. Would we say that this mission is particularly heroic?
I'd say so.
Yeah, so you can take an extra die. Is it following through on an investigation?
Yeah.
Yes. Are you acting rashly or on very little information?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
So you can take that die right away.
Oh, boy.
Does it determine the fate of a friend?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Are troubles from your mundane lives getting in the way of this mission?
Yeah.
Yeah, take that away again. It does exceed the current tier of the readiness track, so you can take away another die.
We can't roll any dice?
We're down to one.
I think you still have to just have one. I think there must be one.
Frog!
So you can decide who is going to roll the one die for this.
Oh, like between the.
Yes, this is the
Gotcha.
one
Can
where
we
just one person.
grant any of the boons or anything? Like poison promises?
Do you have
or-
anything that happens for an engagement roll?
No.
Well, we're all dead.
Should we roll Froggy Boy?
Jackson, I'll let you take that poison promise again. If you want.
Oh, no.
Again?
Again,
Same,
yeah.
same promise?
Yeah.
Did we find out what the first
No,
promise
it's a
is?
secret.
Oh no, our DM's conspiring against us.
No, because the second one is death. No, you just roll one. Just roll one.
Oh, come on, Frog.
Come on. This is the first time I'm rolling these
Oh,
dice.
Jesus.
3.
3. Oof. Okay. So hey, you're in a desperate position when the action starts. So
He's going to dice jail.
you guys, we cut to the action. You've started your spacewalk, and no sooner are you sort of closing in on the moon. You're kind of going around when you see crawling up the side of the moon, sort of the dark side of it, that you can now see only from space, is an absolutely massive Leviathan. Looks like a silverfish. It is like about the size of the moon. Like if it had been on the moon
No.
on the front side, it would have just like shadowed the moon.
That looks pretty bad.
And as it sort of realizes you are there as you're all flying closer.
No.
It lets out a terrible screech.
And we can hear that through space?
Oh yeah, you can hear it like somehow.
Can I
I thought there's no
can I
sound in
calm
space.
space real quick?
Sure.
I calms my dad.
Okay. You can call your dad.
I like pick up the phone. For the record, are you blind?
What?
I hate you. Click.
Those are good last words to your dad, I think.
Those
That,
are-
that, that, that
Jackson,
works.
Last words.
How do we
Okay.
you weren't lying to us about this, right?
No.
No?
No?
You swear? That's not like your mom or something?
Oh my god. Wait. I'm remembering something.
What?
In the videos.
What could
in
you
the
be-
videos, speaking of moms, you reminded me. Her mom said something about finding the mother, and that Sam and Liam might be looking for her too. And Sam's on the moon with that giant. Is that thing the mother?
Okay.
I'm just connecting dots here from the information that I vaguely understand.
I'm
but I
enjoying
do
your
know-
dots, Terry.
I do know mothers tend to be protective,
Hi,
and that thing
Theo.
is very large on the moon.
Hey.
Hi.
I think you should tell your friends. I don't think that's Mama.
Jackson like comms cuts and you just like from his from the camera perspective of him you just see
Hey,
You guys are afraid of bugs.
I'm not.
I am very wibbly.
No, I'm really not getting like mom vibes from this one.
hey,
this
so
silverfish is not mother.
so Brickstorm has something
not
to
giving.
say.
Wait, what? Because we don't know that Brickstorm has spoken this video.
So
at
we're
this
all
point.
We kind of-
They're all
but
talking now.
I have not heard a word from Icarus. I want to mention that. I just get rumbly tummies from him sometimes.
Brickstorm was saying something to you?
Yeah, Brickstorm says they don't think this is the mother.
Terpsichore? Can we confirm?
No, I'm not getting any sense that that's the mother either.
Is it a? Are you getting any sense that it's a threat?
We're just like
That scream,
confused.
I didn't understand it, but did you?
Well, it certainly doesn't seem happy.
No.
I would proceed with caution.
Hoverboard
Icarus.
and like we all in space just floating see hoverboard go.
And Icarus definitely is just like, ugh.
Yeah, there's.
Okay. Proceed with. I'm gonna send to everyone's brains.
But we have
So-
comms.
we're-
We have
we're
comms.
I'm gonna send it to your brains anyway. That proceed with caution, but isn't mother. Great idea though, Terry. That was great. I wish it was true, but it's good job.
I don't mind you speaking to me in my brain, but
I'm sorry.
we do have walkie-talkies.
Does
you
it help
could
if I
use.
say shh? No.
Sure.
Okay.
Appearances more than anything, I guess, at this point. Sure.
It feels a little like you're breaking into my home, my mind home palace. Love a radio comms.
It's like when someone looks in the bathroom stall against your permission.
Or like when you're home
Actually,
alone.
Theo, is this a bad time? No, I think it's a good time. I was thinking about it, how you said we met. And I remember it was a long time away, so it's kind of hard to remember. But I do think, yeah, you were there and I was there. And then I think my mom called me, so I had to come home. Maybe you had to come home too. But anyway, it didn't feel like this, so that's definitely not mom.
So you're saying there's no problem with us just beating this thing up?
I mean, if it beats you up, it's kind of fair game. It's kind of like in your game, right?
Yeah.
Like sometimes you beat up other people, and that's okay because they're being mean.
Brickstorm has no concept of reality.
Okay.
Act like
It's
Theo
like-
wins lane.
It's like the game. We got to get on the point. We're not here to defeat this thing. We're here on a recovery mission. That's what we do. So
That does, in fact, track.
Where do you need us?
I can distract and y'all do the mission.
Yeah, are we in mechs? Are we outside of
Oh,
mechs?
yeah, you're,
imagine
like,
we're
in space.
Yeah,
We're
we're in
cutting
space.
to
That
the
makes
action.
sense. Yeah,
So
makes
we're
sense.
in our boys.
Yeah, we're in our boys.
You're-
I'm
Our
gonna
bug boys doing what bug boys do.
see if
Space
I can.
walking all over. Sorry.
I'm gonna see if I can see anything on the surface of the planet or anything about the Leviathan that gives me clues to where we anything that says reconnaissance mission, like any tools left behind, any equipment left behind near and or away, moon
You said it
adjacent.
crawled to the dark side of the moon, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's not facing us right now.
It saw us though, right? It was
Yeah, it did make like a warning. Like,
okay. So I'm gonna analyze,
Yeah, that's what it said.
scan moon.
Yeah, you can analyze them.
Okay, I'm gonna analyze the moon and see if there's anything I see that strikes me as that's unusual.
Really? Does anything about the moon right now strike you as unusual?
Let's find out. Besides giant bug, I'm just putting that out there in my analysis roll. Besides giant bug, I'm not analyzing to see if I see a giant bug. I'm seeing if I see anything that says maybe they landed here, bent trees.
Can somebody say something about bent trees?
No.
And I will I'll spend link to get I have a Terpsichore link. Can I spend one to get an extra dice on this?
Yeah, she would help you out with
for
this.
good looks.
She's looking at the moon. with you.
We're looking at the moon in a non-threatening way. Oh my Jesus! 4 and a 2.
Okay. So you're looking at the moon.
I'm looking at the moon. Look
There's
at
in
that moon.
fact a moon.
Oh
It's
boy.
really hard from this angle to get a good look at sort of the back of the moon, which is probably the area of greater concern. What you do notice with the 4 is there's quite a bit of space junk that's sort of joined the orbit of the moon at this point, just from various space projects over the years and whatnot. So that might be kind of the region you're looking for is sort of this almost very spotty ring that's forming around the moon, full of various equipment that just kind of got abandoned up here and other space detritus.
Okay.
It's really hard to see what that big bug is up to, though.
Okay. So not quite moon, but moon adjacent. I think we should check out the. Did your dad give you any idea of where we may find Sam?
Yeah, spiraling in orbit.
That would be moon adjacent. So let's.
Everything in moon is moon adjacent.
I suppose if you use the moon. Okay, let's look. It doesn't seem like that thing is trying to come towards us right now. What do we want to focus on? Do you want to focus on trying to kill a thing that's not attacking us, or do you want to try and let's look at this debris field?
Okay, for the record, we are killing that thing.
Okay.
All in agreement? Aye.
Yes, Captain.
If I must.
Sally, there is a giant centipede on the moon.
It
And
looks
what
more
has
like a
it done?
silverfish.
It doesn't matter if there's if anything qualifies as a vulnerability in defense, it's the giant silverfish on the moon.
There you go.
And if it attacks any one of you, I will protect you with my life.
This isn't self-defense doctrine. We're not this. There is a giant Leviathan hiding in the moon, ready to pounce on us at any moment. We're
Captain?
On the moon.
Captain?
Yeah.
Permission to engage?
I say
Later.
we find Sam first.
Yeah.
And
Let's-
if that thing attacks us, we'll deal with it.
right. Sam first, then giant Leviathan. Right. Maybe we come back with a big orbital laser or something. We're killing that thing at some point. Okay. Sam first. All right. Can I analyze the debris field?
Yeah, sure, you can analyze the debris field.
Well, and using one of my hold on. Oh no, I can only spend links on allies. I can't spend links on myself. So using one of my
Has a link.
hoverboard links,
Okay,
I
yeah.
will
Hoverboard will help you.
take 2 die. I swear to God, please. That's a 2 and a 2.
Toot-toot.
Okay.
Toot-toot.
So I think the minute you kind of start to move in to look at the debris field, this thing lets out another horrific noise, and at this point it just pushes itself up off of the moon, and it is now kind of flying.
See, this
Captain?
is what I was talking about.
Permission to engage?
There's no sound in space, and we could hear that thing, and that is mighty concerning.
Is it? How is it coming at us?
It literally just like it just pushed itself up off of the moon, and it's sort of like
Following the word.
moving around it.
Oh,
now.
fun.
Sort of around the other way.
You know what? All right.
This seems like the size of a
And
continent.
Jackson
It's gigantic.
Jackson goes behind Brickstorm and Icarus and grabs Icarus's tail and like
What?
grabs some kind of like holding point on Brickstorm, like, and goes
The horn?
and goes permission granted, and then just like spins and throws them both.
Well, I did
Great.
not ask!
Brickstorm activates all thrusters,
Okay.
goes as fast as I can towards the Leviathan, and tries to just cannonball into it.
All right.
Icarus, since Icarus is now forced into this situation, he hastily grabs his tail, which turns into a sword, and his wings pop off and become his shield. Since he's in space and he doesn't really need his wings at the moment.
Yeah.
I before like as I send them flying, I turn to Sally and I go, you find him. I trust you with this. All right?
You don't want me to engage the Leviathan? You want me to find him?
I don't know if it's. I mean, do you want to fight it?
Call me if you need me.
I figured you want to keep on the back line. If you want to fight it,
I will find Sam.
If you two would stop arguing about this, I have just been thrown at half velocity at this thing against
I'm
mine
gonna do it.
and Icarus's will.
fine. You got this.
I got this.
I trust you. And then he just boom.
All right. So yeah, you go hurtling towards this thing. It notices, and it sort of just like skitters rapidly to turn and starts sort of like flying towards you. And now you're hurtling towards this massive thing that's propelling itself through space towards you.
You know, Cap, I said I was reckless earlier, but I like to be reckless of my own accord. There's stupidity, and then there's this.
You don't get to be in both camps, Harry. You get to be in one or the other.
I suppose you're right. Allons-y.
Alonzi, my friend.
All right.
Yes. I don't even know. Can I analyze this thing to try and find a weak point on this thing that's the size of a continent?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Can I use one of my links with Icarus to add a second dice?
Yeah, why not?
All right. I'm gonna use the weapon dice and the
Let's
mushroom
see.
dice. Oh please.
See if anyone goes to jail.
I got a 6 and a 1.
Woo!
Okay. Yeah, this thing comes hurling towards you, and it's almost like you start seeing it like go up above you as it's kind of trying to like position itself. And you see it's like it's a very plated creature. But it's so large there are sort of like points within these plates that could easily probably serve as weak points that aren't this sort of metallic exoskeleton.
How big are these weak points in comparison to us? Like,
You know? They're kind of like just big open areas you could like shoot
okay,
into.
gotcha, cool.
Am I still like cannonballing towards it?
You're just like,
Hurtling through space.
do you want to make some kind of roll to like crash into it?
Yeah. I was hoping to do like an analyze to like try and hit it in.
This is a desperate analyze because you are currently like
In my 2
somersaulting.
seconds of
Great,
being
great,
able to
great.
see it, I
So
have
you
to
can
do
make an analyze roll. It is a
discombobulate.
desperate roll.
Okay.
So you can mark an XP for that.
Yes. And then I currently have 2.
Okay.
Can I? So I know to get to like the 3rd and 4th ticks, you need to transcend.
Yes.
If I was gonna push myself to get a 3rd, I mean, I want to transcend anyway because we haven't really used
Yeah.
the transcendence mechanics.
So to transcend, we've decided within our story, you are kind of at your best within your mech. You guys are really like getting to that point where you're one sort of unit that is understanding each other almost like, you know, to a nerve ending sort of degree. And you kind of, you know, I don't know if you and Brickstorm have been at that point very often, but you've had some breakthroughs recently. And as you're somersaulting, it's as though you are somersaulting as one, and you just feel locked in. Is there anything like special about that you want to add?
I think in like the true anime fashion. There's like, we see like normal Brickstorm, and it's like the spinning, and it's, like, yeah, rah! I'm like, doing the scream, like, we got this. And then we see just like the like shine come over like his armor, and it's like got just like still the same like model, but it's got like a new texture on it.
Yeah, it's almost like these like sort of plates like spawn out suddenly, and by the time he stops spinning, he's got this new like shinier exoskeleton. Like he's even tankier than before.
Yeah, and I think his goal is just to like dig into one of these weak points, like horn first.
All right, yeah.
And I'm gonna push myself for this
Okay.
to have 3 dice. Okay, come on, don't fail me, It's a 4.
It's a 4.
And 2 1s.
Okay.
We're not having
You know,
fun tonight.
you win some, you lose some.
And we might just lose Theo.
So you crash into this thing. Make sure you mark that down as your first Transcendent roll.
Right.
And you're almost good to hit it in the right spot, and you sort of just, it moves faster than you expected, and you do strike it, and it kind of bounces back sort of slightly, it's a big thing. It lets out a displeased noise, and I think for that, Brickstorm marks a harm. So his little strength track goes down to 2 out of 3. As he hurts his little horn. It's a little bent now. Almost like he bent his nose. Like if you got...
Just walk over there. Bend it right back.
And you hear, like, in your head, ow! My horn! Okay. I think it was a good idea. We just need to execute it a little better next time. But we've got this. We've got this.
Yeah, we got this.
All right. How's it going over here, Mr. Trammell?
I think now that Terry and Icarus have spotted the weak spot, they're also going to try and go for it, especially now that they've seen Brickstorm try. They're just like, well, try again, I suppose. And Icarus is going to get his lance ready. He's going to keep his shield out as well, just in case.
Yeah.
But I think he's definitely going to go and try to stab that weak point, or even, like, push himself into it almost. Like he's going into the guts of the thing, like to mess it up from the inside if he can.
Okay, yeah.
So, I guess that would be a defy roll or
Yeah.
a flow roll.
I would say either.
I'm gonna go with defy, and I'm gonna push myself as well.
I can
Okay.
spend a link on you too.
I was also gonna spend a link. I don't know how. I think we want to really make this work.
Yeah.
Just in his comment.
Here you go, buddy.
I'll spend
am I
Here
rolling
you go.
5 dice?
Here you go.
Am I rolling 5?
Yeah, you are. We believe in you, Terry.
And I finally pushed myself, so I'll get a stress.
Yay.
And Terry's no longer sitting around. All
The
right.
vibes
One of these
spoke.
better be a 6.
Oh.
The vibes were off.
Yeah! We rolled 2 6s.
2 6s.
A 5, a 4, and a 2. Let's go.
2 6s?
2
Yeah, that is
6s.
our first critical.
Yeah! When Terry steps up, he steps up. I don't know whose die was whose.
Give me this, I'm hungry.
Do I gain a stress from that since I pushed myself? Or
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Too stress.
2 stress? Okay.
So you do gain a stress, but you sort of like Icarus and you move forward as one, and you take this large sword and you just sort of like almost like pry open this weak point, and like you said, you're almost just like you're like within the Leviathan now.
Alright.
And it can't even quite begin to understand how to reach you, and it lets out this screech again that just seems to be like something beyond like sound, like almost this like sonic sort of like
And I'm inside
noise
of
it's
this thing,
making.
so it's very loud.
Yes. Like you and Icarus just kind of like shake for a minute as you
Oh, my ears!
like fully pry one of these plates off of it and are
Gotcha.
kind of just like within the inner goo of this.
Yeah, I think it would definitely be like, if I had to picture it, would be like Icarus doesn't use the lance. The fact that he can use his like wings as a shield, it kind of, the shield like pries it open and he forces his way in that way for sure.
Awesome. Yeah. So I would say
Like the jaws of life.
it's sufficiently distracted with these two, Sally, if you want to start to sort of do a flyby on the junk field.
Yeah, I want to fly by the junk, and I want to see what I can see in the junk field, not at the moon. I'm not looking at the moon, I'm looking at the junk.
The junk field, it's different.
It's
Look
so
at the junk, it's
nasty in
completely
here.
different.
It's covered in goo.
There's goo everywhere.
Did I
don't
see him
like
go
it.
inside? Did everyone see him go inside?
I
I
imagine we
think-
heard it.
Okay.
He's
squelch in the-
so, this thing is so large, like, you can't even see them on the
Okay.
other side. Like,
Never mind.
they are, ironically, sort of like ants to this thing.
There. You got an ant inside. It's got an ant in there. I will try and find him. I will spend another link just because I've been rolling terribly with Terpsichore to try and get more.
Here you go, pal.
Oh, thank you. All right, so I'm trying to analyze the junk to see if I can find a body or an engine and a body. Woo!
That's a 6,
Oh
a
my
4, and a
gosh,
1.
your
Yay,
dice are
a 6.
in fuego.
So,
That means on fire in Spanish.
We love a bilingual king.
Slay.
Oh,
all right.
Corporate Pride Month.
Arigato.
All right. All right. The first thing you notice, Sally,
sorry.
as you're going around, you realize as you get closer that a lot of this isn't like, a lot of it is like old pieces of machinery that were sent this way, you know, pieces of like, at this point, hundreds of year old space vessels, lunar scanning devices. But a lot of it is just like rock, and you realize a lot of it is moon rock. And then you think moon rock shouldn't be outside of the moon. That's quite strange. But you continue sort of your very rapid orbit of the moon with Terpsichore, and you see something up ahead that looks vaguely engine-shaped. It's a little hard to see from here. It's not in light, but there's sort of like a glimmer of something almost like this iridescent greenish.
Okay. I fly over to it. I fly over to it.
Okay. Jackson, what are you up to?
I'm beating a big monster, apparently.
All right, yeah. Terry sort of, wiggles his way into this thing.
It is so nasty in here, Cap.
You're kind of on the underbelly. I think you're kind of the most visible one to it right now.
How big is its face?
Large. Quite large. I don't really know what a silverfish face looks like, but now you are acutely aware, Jackson. As its big sort of like metallic eyes seem to lock on you. And one of its long antennas just like and tries to grab onto you. And I need you to make some sort of defy flow roll.
I am going to make I will make a defy roll.
Okay, and this is a desperate roll, so you can mark an XP.
Okay. Sick.
Can I spend a link to
Yes.
help him out?
I can also
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah.
You know, you
My
do
only
your little
links are
tactician thing. You're like, hey, big antenna, 10 o'clock.
Donations.
Here
Donations.
you go.
Can I push
Spare
myself
chain?
to give one?
I don't think so.
I don't have any links with anyone except Icarus.
Actually, wait. Yes, you can take 1 stress if you help a friend, I believe.
Okay.
If I'm remembering.
I'll give you the weapons dice.
All right, come on. That's a 6.
There we go.
That
Six,
sword's
baby.
got 2 6s now.
It's a good die.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good die.
All right.
Waited.
I actually made sure to check before I came here.
So it, like, just as it's about to sort of, like, grab onto you, you and Hoverboard just sort of, like, almost like thrusters forward, just drop down away from it and get into a better position.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna transcend.
Okay.
And the way that kind of looks for hoverboard is like very similar, just like the plating kind of pushes out.
Mm-hmm.
Like her chest kind of broadens, she becomes like more masculine kind of in shape. And the like dome kind of thing she has on her head closes for a second and opens and roars like a mouth.
Ooh.
It's gone berserk.
I'd like to imagine her little eyes are like angry now.
Oh yeah. And I'm just gonna reel back and punch it as hard as I can. Just straight
Alright.
between the eyes.
Yeah, go ahead. Because of your last roll, I'll say this upgrades to a risky position, so
Okay.
a little less bad. And you can go ahead and make a roll.
Okay. Express? This feels expressful? Expressing anger?
Sure, you know?
I'm gonna
You're
burn
really letting out all your feelings.
my
into this, I
last
think.
link with Hoverboard. Anybody want to give me anything else?
I can sing to inspire my allies, and I will sing a beautiful alien mix of a song over the airwaves. I'm like, just in case you guys need to be inspired. Here's my latest track.
All right, so that's another.
Yes, that's another one. Here, you
I'm
have one of these.
Bug guts, and I'm forcibly listening to Sally's mixtape.
Let's see. Guys, do I push myself in Eclipse?
Oh my gosh!
Do we just full send this?
To headbutt this?
We just
Are we
started
that
this
mad at this
fight.
bug?
I mean, are we?
We are on a mission trying to recover your
Nah.
dead boyfriend,
Yeah.
but that's on you,
Hey,
bud.
there's plenty of time to eclipse during this mission.
That's true.
You know, we'll Eclipse later. You know, I'll just take the 2. Anybody else want to donate to the bank of Jackson Eiffel before he rolls?
All
I
right.
believe in you. I believe in the heart of the cards.
Come on. That's a 3 and a 4. That's a 4.
Okay. Yeah, so you
Oh wait, that the other one's yours. I'm sorry.
It is, so it's okay.
throw all of your energy into punching
Oh
this
wait,
thing.
hold on. Express is 1. The burnt link is 1, and then you gave me 1, right?
I did give
So
you
there is one more.
Okay, go
Technically, I didn't roll
Go
the
ahead.
3rd.
Oh boy!
Oh,
Please.
4.
Oh.
sorry, universe says 4.
4. Okay. So you and Hoverboard pull back. You punch this thing as hard as you can. And now, granted, you do like it's a decent punch. It doesn't love that. It is still like you're just like punching full force into the side of a large metal object. So you feel the reverberations within Hoverboard as you both get flung back. And I think Hoverboard is going to mark 1 harm, and you are going to mark 2, which I believe gets downgraded to 1 for you.
Does.
And you can denote that any sort of way you want to kind of remember what caused it. You know, you could put, like, big punch, hurt arm.
Headbutt gone wrong.
Arm hurt, big punch.
Hurt big punch.
Well, yeah, I would say with all of you just punching and stabbing and headbutting and kicking this thing, it's...
Living inside of it.
Oh, God. It's yet to really notice that Sally is picking through its space junk. All right, so you fly over to this engine. I know Sally doesn't like bugs. How much does she know about bugs? Does she like 'em?
I think that they would have come up in like bio, but not like too. I don't feel like it would be. It would have been an interest in the interest of trying to get over it, but she was more plants.
She's a botanist.
She's a botanist. Bugs and plants interact. That's part of it, but not.
Yeah, so you see floating sort of just amongst all this space rock, a little dinged up at this point from, floating a bunch around a bunch of other shrapnel. There is this greenish, sort of almost like a flat, slightly iridescent metallic color. It's almost like a shield sort of shape with these large wings that sort of cover it. And then it has almost like these big, like, halo-like rings around its head.
Does it look familiar to me at all?
Did you ever meet the Sailroses?
I don't think so.
No,
I don't
so
think
it would not look familiar to you.
Okay. Does it look similar to Nocturne in its backpack form, though? Like, would it be enough like that for me to recognize that it was like a condensed version of a?
It's
engine?
out.
Oh, it's out.
It is
sorry.
like, yes. Okay. It has this sort of, like I said, shield shape to it, but that's like its wings. You're kind of
Okay.
seeing the winged side of it.
Okay. The comms are open to everyone, or can I open a channel just to Jackson?
You can probably just
or with
Jackson.
my brain, but I'll use the radio because I know you're more.
You're like, it's totally the radio.
Jackson, can you describe the engine, Sam's engine, to me?
Yeah. What is Sam's engine?
Did it have wings? Did it have
Shield
wings?
bug.
Okay, I think I found it. Do you want me to engage and bring it? Where do you want me to? We have what we came here for. I'm pretty sure that Terry's inside it, the bug, so I don't know. Where do you want me to go?
This whole mission is going to be pointless if Sam doesn't get out of here, right? But, I mean, do we run from this thing? What do we do?
As you two are talking, Carrie, you're walking around inside.
Oh,
of
I'm
this
like
bug.
walking inside this thing? I assumed I would be covered in blood, guts, and bug
It's
goo.
almost like a weird cavern of like plant matter and
Okay.
metal. And as you're looking around, there's almost like these little almost like stalactites, or if you will, of
So it's like hollow on the inside.
It's kind of like when you met that big Leviathan in the hallway that was sort of just like, could shift in form. There's almost like this cavity that you found yourself in. It's not really hollow, it just is so large it can sort of have these spaces within it.
Gotcha.
And as you're sort of gathering your bearings, these stalactites start to drip down and form smaller little isopods that are probably more like the size of a large puppy.
Okay.
And they start skittering towards you as it tries to defend itself.
I'm gonna get on the comms. Cap, it's got dogs. There's I think these are.
Got that dog in them, Cap.
There's some kind of weird hound bug things coming at me. I'm gonna fight them, but if anyone wants to join me inside the giant silverfish,
Do either of you think this thing can die right now?
if I had to be completely honest, which I will be because I do not lie, this thing is large enough on the inside that I'm just in an empty space. I do not see a wall aside from the one that I came in. So I would say this thing is not dying anytime soon unless I can get to its brain maybe. But considering where I punched into it, that's a lot of ground to cover.
Theo,
Yes,
do you think it can die?
most things can.
That's not what I asked you.
I can take it.
Nope. Okay.
Oh god.
Theo, immediately after that interaction, is going for the head.
Yeah, sure.
Oh my gosh.
Do I hear, we're still on open comms, right? So I hear all this and I'm just oh, Theo.
So first things first, I need you to do something to try to defile these puppies coming at you.
Oh man, so they're just made of the space spore goop that we found last time?
Yeah, as they sort of drop down, they are at first sort of this almost fungal goop, and they almost, before your eyes, start to harden into that metal.
I'm gonna use my wing shield, which has been on my arm. I'm gonna kind of switch it up. I'm gonna reattach my tail lance and make double shields, kind of like Cabin Avengers. And I'm just gonna try and just blunt force these things, just crush them.
Yeah, go ahead and make probably a defy.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a defy roll. Also, I have righteous, which is when I confront a deadly foe, they're humbled by my bravery. Are these things deadly? And are they humbled?
They're a portion of a deadly foe. So
Okay.
yeah. Use your fun ability, Terry.
Does humbling do something to the enemy?
It's just humble.
It's just okay.
It's let me
You're
see.
right, I'm not all that.
Because the rest of it says when you forgive a humbled foe, take plus 1d on your roll, but I don't feel like that only applies if the things can think.
Yeah, I don't
And
think...
not just kill me? Okay. I wasn't sure.
I don't know if you're in a position to forgive this thing.
Gotcha.
Right?
Can I spend one of my links with Icarus to defy this thing?
Sure.
Okay. We're gonna go mushroom and unicorn die. Let's see.
Oh boy.
I got
business.
another 6 and a 1. These dice are great. I did check them beforehand to make sure someone didn't sell me loaded dice. I want to clarify that.
I appreciate your
Oh
commitment.
no. Helped
How
me
dare
win a
you.
lot.
Hey, man. So, yeah, I rolled a 6 and a 1.
All right. So you manage to hit these things off. You're not really gaining any ground, but
Okay.
you certainly are like not getting eaten by puppy isopods right now.
Cap, I'm pushing them back, but they're not really stopped. Are we just... I don't want to say we call it, like, a let's get out of here, but...
So
I see what
Theo
you're saying.
punches it in the face.
Yeah, as you're like, I really don't know. You just hear like, you're like, ah.
Why is there yelling in the columns?
Okay, so yeah, you move to punch it in the face. What are you doing to do so?
Okay, so I don't have any points in Defy,
Okay.
but I think this is gonna be a Defy.
Okay, yeah.
So I'm gonna spend a link from Brickstorm to get 1 die. And yeah, this is it. This is gonna be it. It's
You got
one.
this.
One is all I need.
No, we didn't mean it like that, universe.
You know, as I was saying it, I was like, it would be real ironic.
You attempted the fates and they spun your destiny.
Oh,
That's
no.
so fun.
Okay. Yeah, you go to hit this thing straight in the head, and same thing that sort of happened to Jackson. This antenna just like reaches out and grabs Brickstorm, and it's almost like one of those really thin metal wires that still just like, you know, and you, this somewhat giant mech that you're in just gets like pulled away, and you're sort of being thrashed around. And then Brickstorm will take another harm.
Can I? I'm kind of near its face.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try to rip its antenna off.
Okay, sure.
Is hoverboard that strong is the question.
So would this technically be, or can I use Watchful on this when you protect an ally game +1 die to the resistance roll, or is that just damage?
I would say you can go ahead and do it.
Yay!
You're trying to protect your friend.
All right, and then okay, and then I would. This is expression of appreciation to a friend, right? So that's one. Anybody?
Yeah, you're really punching out your feelings today.
Gifts to the
I have no
church.
links.
I have one more.
How many hoverboard links did you use today?
2.
Okay.
Or
One more.
1, I think.
Gosh, speed.
Did I do anything else with hoverboard? No, I think just one.
No.
Okay.
I'm out no matter what.
Okay.
Come on.
Oh my god.
4.
Oh.
All right.
He's kicking our behinds. Kicking our butts.
So, mark an XP for that because that was definitely desperate. You grab onto this thing and you start to shake it around. And it does get distracted enough that it sort of flings Brickstorm off, you know, somersaulting away. You don't break it off, though. And sort of just trying to pull on this, like, very thin wire as it was, again, sort of starts to harm Hoverboard. What's
So
that?
is that one harm to hoverboard? Or?
Yeah, it's a harm to Hoverboard. Sally.
Yeah.
Your friends are all, like, desperately trying to beat this thing up as you approach this, abandoned engine.
Okay. Do I see any like signs of harm on the engine? I know that when we saw Nocturne, we saw like the scar of it. We saw like, so I'm gonna see if I see anything on the engine itself.
Yeah, you get closer. From the back, there really doesn't seem to be a lot of harm. When you get around it, though, sort of just like diagonally down the body, there is this big, thin cut that kind of just looks like it almost like tried to heal and then didn't.
Couldn't do it. Okay. Do I get the sense that he's still in there? I'll roll for it, but do I get?
Try to analyze.
Yeah. and I can't ask Terpsichore in a way of asking extra dice, but I will also ask Terpsichore if she does. The 6.
Yay.
On this.
on.
On
We're
this.
back on the up and up.
Can I look at it? Should I get a 6?
Yeah, so you're like, hey, Derp, what do you
Yeah.
think? Terpsichore is weirdly quiet.
Okay.
And there's almost like this, you don't understand. It's almost like she's hesitant to answer for some reason. Almost like when you ask someone something, you know, and they know something, and there's that weird telling pause, it's that.
Yeah.
And you don't really know how to interpret that right now, but there's something she doesn't want to say.
Okay. I can feel that you don't want to tell me, and we can talk about it at another time. I think my friends might be dying, so I am. Is there anything I can do? I can just teleport to you guys, but I don't want to.
Okay.
I can.
You've always had this power?
Yeah. Well, not always. We leveled up. I can just teleport to you guys.
I mean, we are in space. You might be able to pull it from orbit at least, and you and your friends can.
Okay. I grab on to the engine and I bring it to the moon.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Well, because I'm not going to go back to the ship. You guys are on the moon. We're on the moon. I bring it to. It's either that I don't know how to put it into backpack form, or do I? And he's in there, so
Yeah.
I don't
That
want to
would
do
be-
that.
yeah,
That would
you
be
don't
not,
really- yeah.
not super sensitive.
Not great.
So I'm gonna. Oh no, it's on the moon. Yeah, no, I'm gonna. At least there, I'd know where it is, and it wouldn't be in orbit anymore.
You just,
So
like, shove it onto the moon.
I'm gonna bring it gently with me to the
You
moon,
gently deliver it to the moon.
in like a crater.
Which side of the moon?
Oh, I have thoughts about the dark side of the moon. So, but it's on the light side right now, or it's not. It's
Let's see.
where
We're
it
just
at.
above the moon right now.
I don't feel like I would bring it right in
You're
front of the
kind of-
Leviathan.
You're on the dark side.
Oh, we're on the dark side. So I'd go around to where, yeah, it is not, and I would deposit the body in a place that seems safe.
Yeah, you gently set Agnes down on the ground in a crater.
In a crater.
Okay.
And then I go, I can, inseparable, you can extend your special armor to resist any consequences that impact your relationship with others, or magically appear from within your allies. But instead I'm going to just fly, just in case I need to use that special armor. So I'm going to head over there.
Okay. Yeah, you fly over. Your friends are all desperately punching this absolutely, like, unfathomably large Leviathan. It's really, put in the Leviathan in the name.
Leviathan. Does this seem like it's getting anywhere?
We have a few ideas, but no.
I'm fighting dogs made of alien spore goop.
Terry, where'd you find dogs?
So,
Yeah.
we know they have a brain.
Yes.
Do Leviathans have a heart?
I asked Terpsichore if there's a way to disable this thing.
Something of this size, I don't know if it has a sort of central section to it in that way. You know, like Terry's saying, it's sort of able to adapt itself in ways that, you know.
Yeah. I don't think it's going to have one special spot that we can take out.
Terry, you found a gap in the armor, right?
I made a gap in the armor.
But you found, like,
Oh, I found a way
kind
in.
of a centipede-like ring in the carapace.
Yes, I very much found a way in. I'm very much inside of this thing. And again, I am fighting Spore-Goop Dogs. And help would maybe be appreciated.
It is probably weaker from the inside.
I say we head inside to help Terry.
I have an idea.
I feel like I'm fighting giant germs.
We're on our way to.
Theo.
All right, inside you say?
Theo. Theo. I need you to do me a favor, bud.
already on it.
No.
Does it have any orifices on the area I'm in?
A mouth, dude.
A mouth is an orifice.
It's true. It's true.
Ooh.
I've heard it said. Biologist.
Yeah, I mean, you're sort of...
Trained botanist, by the way.
Trained botanist. A mouth is an orifice.
You're the head of this thing. Silverfish don't really have traditional faces.
Are you looking at a picture of a
I
silverfish?
sure am. But their head is sort of like connected to the rest of their carapace in such a way that you can kind of like wiggle in through the neck.
Yeah. I'm going in. Probably aggressively. I think, yeah, just trying to use Brickstorm just to, like, tear my way in. Like, find an opening and make it bigger.
Okay. Yeah. What are you rolling?
Can I do an analyze?
Sure.
Try and just, like,
Yeah, you're
find
really getting
my...
into the anatomy
yeah.
of this thing.
And then I think definitely want to spend a link. And of course, can I spend a link and also push myself? And then how bad would it be if I eclipse right now?
You know, I'll
Is everyone
say you can do both because it's fun and interesting.
Great. I also push myself.
Sending a Brickstorm link.
Yes, I'm spending a Brickstorm link and then also pushing myself, which maxes out my stress.
Okay.
Guys, we should have downtime before this.
Oh.
3 3s and a 1.
Can we do some addition?
Oh my god.
Yeah, so you do manage to sort of like start to wrench your way in. This is not significantly as much of a weak point as Terry got into. So as you sort of like wiggle in, you feel this thing shift, and suddenly you and Brickstorm are just kind of like getting smushed.
It's fine. I've got this.
No, you don't.
I don't think that you do.
What has Theo got that he doesn't?
5 seconds to live. Now, out of my way.
Oh boy.
And, like, immediately Hoverboard just hops off the kind of front head of this thing and begins to dive towards the mouth.
Okay, yeah. Are you going for like the weird little like neck area that he's in, or are you trying to find like a mouth?
I'm going to
region?
where he's in.
Oh,
Okay.
shoot. Not to, like, tell on myself.
Oh, no.
But I think I just lost my last strength. Because I eclipsed.
Which
Ooh.
makes Brickstorm a brick.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I think as you get in there, and the thing starts to sort of like just kind of like almost try to crush you by reorganizing itself. You're trying to move Brickstorm, and you realize Brickstorm is just powered down. Yeah, and you're a little stuck.
Come on, Brickstorm, we've got this! Come on!
Jackson, and you go.
I'm just
Heading
gonna
over.
grab him by the back of the neck and pry.
Yeah.
Like I at this point he's just thinking, because Brickstorm is commanded from like the head, right?
Is that where you jump into Brickstorm? Like,
I think it's very, very central.
Okay.
Like, I'm in the body.
Like Jackson is thinking like, I do not care if arms or legs or the head comes off. Like I need the person inside of this thing.
yeah.
So, like he's just gonna kind of grab where the wings connect, right, and just kind of try to pry them out of here.
Okay. Go ahead and roll.
This is I'm gonna say express my enjoyment of keeping Theo around.
Do you have anything else?
Defy, perceive, and analyze.
I think defy for sure.
Okay.
You can mark a XP though, because that's definitely desperate.
All right. And then I'm going to. This is protecting an ally once more. I'm. Anybody else?
I can
I got nothing.
How many times can I do that perfect pitch ability? It's just in my regular like harmony abilities.
That's a great question. Does it say anything?
It
about-
doesn't. It none of them. Yeah, it does. Your voice is polyphonic. Blah, 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 when you sing to inspire allies. So if I just am constantly
Yeah,
kinda
because you're just
jamming-
nervously singing.
Is there anything you can do to help not die?
I am singing.
Can I spend my link?
I'm singing.
I've got a
nervously.
link with Jackson.
Yeah, I guess if you want to help Jackson get you out of here.
You're just
You
in there doing
got
the
this.
controls. Move,
We
move,
got this
move.
together.
Yeah, I think I'm like hitting any emergency power bursts that I have.
All right.
No.
4. 2 4s.
Okay.
That's not good. These guys are weighted.
So you start trying to sort of pull Theo out. And Theo, you're pressing buttons and you're kind of like, as Jackson, in Hoverboard, the strongest unit is trying to pull you out and it's not working. You're kind of, I think, coming to your senses a bit. And you have the understanding that your best option right now is to eject yourself and collapse Brickstorm. And
You got something?
Yeah,
You got something?
And Terry is not aware of any of this.
you're just
I
in
think-
there like
I-
kicking
just
I
Stop
think
it, I'm kicking
Jackson is
puppies.
kind of slowly piecing together what he's thinking, and he goes, he like taps on the back, and he goes, "I'll catch you, right? Just you got it, right? This is between you and it."
My question is just, can I do that while eclipsed? Because it says that I set caution aside for instinct and pursue a direct course of action, heedless of the consequences.
I'd say that's
I
pretty
don't-
direct.
Yeah, I also don't know there's any sort of direct course of action left
Okay,
at this
yeah,
point.
okay.
I think regular Theo would be very scared, like, I'm not going to shoot myself out into the vacuum of space, what are you talking about? But I think Eclipse Theo is understanding, like, this is all I can do. I
Yeah.
have to do, like, you're almost, like, not even thinking about it, I think.
Yeah, okay, yeah. He ejects.
Yeah, so you pop out of Brickstorm, and there's much more room in this little area now that you're out of Brickstorm, and you're able to just sort of like push yourself towards Hoverboard. I think as you do, you can sort of press whatever emergency button you need to like backpackify Brickstorm.
Yeah, I'm getting it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Backpacking it.
You grab, this big Brickstorm backpack, and you float towards Hoverboard.
Hoverboard is gonna kind of like literally bite down on Theo like a mouth with her head again, but like literally just like conk and like try to like just absorb him into her.
Okay, yeah. I don't know that you really like absorb in quite like Jackson does, but you're safe within her head. And you're able to get Theo out of this situation.
All right, Terry,
Yeah.
I have a really reckless and stupid idea.
Those are my kind of ideas, Cap. Am I still fighting off these things? Like, have I killed any of these things, or am I just fighting them off?
No, I think you managed to like splat a couple of these weird
They're just
isopods.
endless, though.
Yeah, there's a
Okay.
they're not endless. There's a significant amount, but
Gotcha.
as that does happen, there's less
Yeah.
actual creature in here, but
Gotcha.
you're not sure at what point you could squish enough of these to like destroy this creature, you know?
Gotcha.
How are silverfish wider than they are long, or
No, they're longer than they are wide.
They're kind of like this shape.
okay? And
Haven't you ever played Minecraft?
where did what like part section of the silverfish is he in? Like the thinner part or the kind of wider
Kind of
part?
like I think the middle, right where it goes from like
The kind of the apex of the hourglass.
Yeah.
Okay. Sally, I need you to get to Terry and help him go back the way he came.
Help him get out.
Yes, pull him out.
Okay.
And then while she does that, Hoverboard is going to like bounce and begin heading towards that opening that Terry made.
All right. Yeah, so you all sort of start to converge on this area of the Leviathan. Hoverboard, you get over there faster because you're, physically around the thing, as Icarus is just splatting these giant isopods left and right.
Oh gosh, Terry.
Do they
Just like
manage to like
screaming
pop
in
out?
anger.
Do they manage to like pop out of the thing or?
Like the pieces?
No, like get out of the meat of the creature.
Because you want me to pull him out,
Yeah.
right? Terry, we gotta go!
Do I have to fight my way out, or is this just like a back my way up? And
Yeah, I think it's
seems
kind of
like-
just like back out as you.
Do I have to roll for anything, or I just back out?
Yeah, you make a
Action
some
to
sort of
that.
resistance roll for me. Absolutely.
Okay.
Oh, now that you mention
Oh,
it.
no.
Sorry.
I got you, Terry.
I
got
guess
you. Here you
defy
go.
would be good, right?
Here you go. Take a die.
Defy. We're gonna go with the weapon again. It's been good.
I can give you one as well,
Oh,
if you
okay.
think you need it.
Thank
I
you.
think you will.
All right. So we're doing defy on this one. Whew. Oh no!
That's a 5.
5. Okay.
Oh, there we go!
I think this was only risky. You're not in like a horrible position, and you've
Okay.
got the power of friendship around you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you managed to push yourself out, and rejoin your friends, all sort of gathered in this area.
Yeah.
I go sword.
Sure. I pull off the tail, hand it to Hoverboard, and
You ever seen? Trying to think. I can't make pop culture references.
Are you gonna try and slice this thing around?
I need you to grab me by the legs and push me around it. In a
Oh my
corkscrew.
gosh.
We're gonna pop this thing like a bottle.
oh, I can do that. I can do that.
All right.
And
Do you want me to go in the other? I have knife hands. Do you want me to try and like go the other
I think if we just work both directions, meet in the middle, or
I love it.
wherever we meet first.
knife hands?
And Icarus is gonna put its wings back on its back and just fully like
Alright.
collapse them, so it's as thin as possible. And
Hoverboard just kind of like jams the sword in like this, right? Like
Okay.
kind of how you're cutting, like how you cut a watermelon,
Yeah.
right?
Uh-huh.
And I go, all right,
See you on the other side.
let's go.
Icarus's thrusters just go full force and he's the fastest, so his thrusters are pretty good.
Yeah.
So I think
How
you
do we
guys.
want to roll this?
I can't remember. I think there might be a way to do a group roll, but
It says you may roll the highest action rating among all participants instead of your own action rating.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For what it says when I lead a group action or receive an assist while transcended. So I'm gonna transcend first before
Yay,
we do
woohoo!
this.
Can I also transcend?
sure. Yeah.
Feeling magical.
This is definitely a group action.
Don't you have the transcendent ability that you just do more damage?
Yes, when I strike back against someone who has harmed one of my friends, I gain 1 effect.
Hey, why haven't you been transcended this whole
Because
time?
I've been alone inside this thing. I didn't know anything was happening. I didn't know anything was happening to anyone.
Just
Terry is
kicking
unaware.
puppies.
Just kicking space goop puppies.
Do you guys want to describe what happens when you transcend? I mean,
I'm
Oh, no.
so I'm gonna glow
sure.
like we have and get shiny, but my knives are gonna get like longer and more elaborate, and I'm gonna also get everyone else's like their plating has gone out, so I'll just be like, and my my knife hands will just big
Icar-
beautiful knife.
Okay,
hands.
so
Icarus definitely gains like almost an angelic glow, and its wings are now flaming somehow in space.
Ooh.
Because the burning wings of Icarus.
Ooh. Awesome.
what is this, Deus Ex?
So-
Oh, wait, I can't make pop culture references.
No, it's the legend of Icarus, bud.
Same thing.
You are taking a group action.
We are.
One character leads the action.
Okay.
All of you are going to make a roll. It has to be the same action.
Okay.
The best result is taken, and then the group leader will take a stress for every roll that is between a 1 and a 3.
Oh boy.
What happens if I eclipse and I get more stress? Do I die?
No, the stress goes backwards. If your stress hits 0 while you're eclipsed, you die.
Oh,
you also
shit.
lose a strength.
Well, you don't
if
die.
eclipse that
You
thing.
might die among several options.
Yeah, you also lose a strength.
So someone has to get you out of eclipse before you take so much negative
I
stress.
was gonna
you
say,
just die.
I think I'm good
I-
on eclipsing right now. I'm not gonna push myself.
I feel like I should lead this.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
got 3 stress.
Yeah, you
And then-
should leave this.
And I also... Do I get the extra effect because it harmed one of my friends? That's my transcendent ability.
What's it say?
When you strike back against someone who has harmed one of your friends, gain +1 effect.
Yeah, you're
And if my
striking
action
back.
succeeds, I recover a stress.
All right,
Ooh.
you're just stress free.
So what do
So
we?
can we also burn some of these links since we're doing a group action?
Yeah, I don't see why not. If you have
Alright.
links
I'll
that you
burn
can.
2 on Terry.
Hold on, wait. Let's think about this for a second.
What action
You're
are you
giving
guys
me
taking?
more dice, which increases my chance of gaining
You know
stress.
what? I'm just not gonna.
Do you want me to give you 2 instead of 1, or just 1? It's your call.
I
I can
think
give you 2.
just one from each is fine.
So it's is it 1 to 3 or is it?
So you guys are all gonna roll.
No, we're all gonna roll. Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
No,
Why did I
it's
close
fine.
my hand?
It's okay. I
The
understand.
extra dice don't really matter for this because it's everyone whose result, and so extra dice could actually help.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Because all 3 of you are going to roll the same action. You have to decide what action it's going to be.
Oh,
I think
okay.
this is like, isn't flow? Hasn't that been like kind of rule of cool roll?
Yeah,
So
I feel like this would be flow, us all working together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so you're all going to roll flow.
Okay.
So nothing.
Oh no.
Do we all have
I have
Defy or Express?
I have flow. I have
I have flow and defy.
I don't have defy. I have analyze.
I have
and
analyze.
Empathize.
I also have analyze, but I feel like analyze doesn't apply to this. That's the issue.
Well, we're doing
We've
something
analyzed a
with
weak
precision.
point.
Does
We
anyone
it is
have a
precision.
link to give Jackson so that he can...
I've
defy
given
one?
my
No.
links to Jackson. I've given all my
He's
links
kind
that
of
I had to
bullshitting.
Jackson.
I'm not going to take Poison Promise or Push because that
Can I
seems
push
like
myself
Yeah.
Yes, you can take 1 stress to give Jackson a die.
Okay,
I'll give you the... No, I'm going to give you the night die.
Ooh.
Alright.
All right. Ready?
Please, man.
Alright. 3, 2,
Oh. Well, I got a 6.
5,
so.
4, 1, and 6.
What'd you get?
I got a 1.
Okay, so you mark stress,
Yep.
but the highest roll amongst you guys was a 6.
Yes.
So, you all prepare. You push hoverboard. You dig this sword in as sort of deep into this carapace as you can get it, and you take, your little sword arms and just these sparks fly as you cut through the metal, and it takes quite a while as the bug is just thrashing, and you hold on as best as you can, and finally, with this horrible sort of squelch, the thing splits, and this sort of plant matter flies into the air and sort of rapidly shifts. It goes into isopod form, and then it can't hold it anymore, and it just turns to plant ooze, and it just sort of all just out of the thing into space
Ooh.
as this giant thing just starts to sort of float apart from itself.
That's
All
nasty.
right. I say we don't wait to see what happens next.
Let's go.
Terry, there is no waiting space. Just grab everything. Grab everything and go.
What am I grabbing?
Me, Sally, Sam. I got
Oh.
Theo.
All right, that sounds good. So I guess Icarus
I
is...
can fly.
Everybody grab hold.
We can all fly, but
Yeah,
Everyone hold hands.
everybody grab hold.
All
Yeah,
right.
Icarus has his
I show
arms
you.
out.
I show you where Sam
And then
is.
we go get Sam. I guess Sam's just thrown on the Icarus's back, and we...
Yeah, so you grab Agnes. You all hold on to each other, and
Hands in space. Hold it, hands in space.
bruised and battered as you are, you slowly head back to the space station. And with that, after a very stressful mission, I think that is where we're going to take our break. Stick around. We'll be back in about 10 minutes. Thanks so much. Hey, welcome back. So we just got done fighting the most Leviathan of Leviathans that we've yet to meet. And our party narrowly escaped with what they were looking for, which was the lost engine of Sam Sailrose. So as we reopen the scene, you guys have brought this engine back into the hangar with the rest of you, along with the now backpack form Brickstorm and Theo. I think we will count this as downtime for you guys to decide what you want to do about all this.
Oh, God. Let me pull up the downtime actions again. You think I'd remember by now. Wasn't this the one you read in?
So-
Is, yes.
There is an action, Theo, that you would probably... Are you eclipsed right now?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah, I'm still
great.
eclipsed.
Oh boy.
So, some
How do we
points of
help
order.
you?
You can help him recover, I believe, is how you get him out of eclipse.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at that, because that hasn't happened yet. So we can actually take a moment to ponder those rules together.
Okay.
Oh, we should have had you roll for eclipse, actually. So do you want to do that really quick?
Oh, okay. Sure. What's the...
So you can use your lowest attribute. So
So nothing?
I think Let's see. Sun, moon, stars.
Or So I don't have anything in any of the sun.
Okay, so that might just not be a roll at all. Doesn't say anything about a minimum number of dice. I think you might just be an eclipse, my friend.
Okay.
I'd say you can mark XP and sun though.
I mean,
Great.
Do any of us have like a connection?
No.
Unfortunately, I didn't get to. No. I don't
Mine's
have
only-
Yeah, I think you're
Icarus.
just an eclipse.
Nobody ever really got to know Theo.
I don't make friends with mobile players.
I tend to take it as a rule.
Yeah.
So now that you are an eclipse and we have a little bit more time to unpack that, read the prompt for us out loud, including the escape clause. This helps everyone to understand your sudden shift in behavior and know how they can help your character escape eclipse.
Let me help you.
You've known all along that changing fate was impossible, yet here you are. So much wasted effort, wasted time. If this fate is inevitable, why not embrace it? You set aside caution for instinct and pursue a direct course of action, heedless of consequence. And then you escape eclipse when your fated person defies your prediction and shows you they can alter the course of fate. Change either your fated person, their fate, or both.
We don't. Oh
So
boy.
who is your fated person right now?
Are we supposed to know that?
Is that secret?
So my fated person is Sally.
Oh,
So
no.
Sally, it's on you to
That's
help
fine.
you
I
out.
was gonna do it anyway.
Great.
Not our responsibility.
And then, second point of order, also related to Theo, Brickstorm is
A brick.
working right now. He is all brick, no storm.
Oh no.
Brickstorm. Poor baby.
I'm mad that got me.
So during downtime, I believe, you can do something to help your engine.
I think I saw something about that.
Yeah, I'm gonna go look in the series abilities. Series rules, engines, do. When an engine is completely depleted, it is non-functional and cannot be piloted. It can be retrieved and repaired, but its prospective pilot must bond with an engine in downtime before it can return to engine. When you help it recover in downtime, okay. So I think the way we would flavor that is your bonding would erase his harm track rather than grant links until he is recovered.
Got it.
When the recovery track fills, he recovers 1 strength.
Okay.
So a lot happening with Theo over here.
Yeah.
Who would like to start off our downtime?
Well, I feel like so that he can then go do that. I'm gonna go help a friend recover, so that he can do his things that he needs to do.
So you pop out of
Yeah.
security.
And
Don't
I
even go look for breakfast tacos.
I don't even look for breakfast tacos first.
It's a sad day when nobody gets a breakfast.
And I run over to you.
See, I think as soon as we've gotten into the hangar, Theo's already heading out.
Okay.
So you probably have to chase
That's
after
fine.
him.
I chase. Theo, what happened out there?
That wasn't enough.
Oh, that's not fair.
This life's not fair.
Do you want to go play Mountains of Mythos together?
Sally is so underleveled.
I'm so underleveled, but
You have to carry her
I have
so
spirit.
hard.
I have spunk and moxie.
Yeah.
The fate changes that now she plays MOBAs.
I think there's more important things to do right now.
No, it's important to take some time for yourself. And you know what? We haven't gotten tacos. We haven't gotten breakfast. I want to help you, Theo.
It's important that we complete our mission.
Yes.
That's what I'm here for.
Can you do that?
Brickstorm told me I was here for a purpose. So I need to be here and not be,
So be here.
Jackson was wrong earlier. He said there's no weak link on the team.
Theo, that's not
I'm gonna
fair
fix
to
that.
yourself.
I can fix it.
There's nothing to fix. Everybody makes mistakes, and it wasn't even a mistake. You were trying to help.
Sure, everyone makes mistakes, but I'm the one that came back with a disabled engine.
You came back. That's
Yeah,
what's
because
important.
I had to be rescued. In the recovery mission I was on, I was the one being recovered.
Because you were trying so hard to prove something that you don't need to prove. You are a part of this team. You wouldn't be saying this to me. You wouldn't be saying that I messed up if I came back and Terpsichore had broken down. You wouldn't be saying this to me. Why are you saying it to yourself? Come on.
Because it's true. Maybe you need to spend a little less time comforting me, a little more time being prepared in the field. A little less time worrying about feelings and learning about Leviathans. A bit more time focusing on our mission. Here to do the mission.
I did the mission, Theo. I am here because I want to be here. I'm here helping you because I want to be here. I got done what I needed to get done. Because you helped distract that thing. Because we all did our part. Don't tell me how to care about you. Do you want a taco or not?
Okay.
Okay. And I mean it. I know I'm not very good, but I would love to either watch supportively, you play Mountain MOT, or Mount MOM. MOT is completely different. I know. But that offer still stands. But I'll go and I'll get you some tacos. Unless you want to come with. But I feel like you need a minute. And then I'll come back. Because that's what friends do. Okay? Extra cheese? Okay. I go get tacos.
Let's see. So you go get some tacos.
I go get some tacos and I bring them back to Theo. I also get guac and everything else. All of the fixins, just in case. I know he likes extra cheese, but I wasn't sure on the other stuff, so I bring it all back. I bring a very loaded plate of breakfast taco fixins.
Cool. So.
Do I roll? I roll for it, right? I roll to support. Or
yeah, I think you can still gain links, even if this doesn't necessarily.
Well, I think if helping a friend recover, they advance the recovery clock according to the result, so I've got to roll and see how it goes.
Yeah, you can reduce harm. I don't know if that helps your eclipse yet. That's for you to decide.
Yeah, I think there would be, a change that Theo sees. This is not the fate that he saw for Sally.
Okay.
Okay.
You feel more compelled to give her some blood?
I won't even ask. I won't even ask.
I think he does, like, his own blood draw while she's getting the tacos. Just, like, have that ready for her.
That's what friends
when
are
she-
for. I won't even ask where you just had a syringe. Why? Oh, please. Oh, no.
Not the general game count.
Yeah,
fine.
The power of teamwork.
6.
You know, for narrative reasons, he helps you with the roll. I do believe that is 4 links with Theo.
Oh, wonderful. And is this on a critical? Oh, that's not a critical success. Oh, it is a critical. Is that a critical
No.
success? No.
Because you need 2 sixes.
I need 2 sixes.
Right.
Okay. 4 links with Theo, and I'm gonna spend them to help him.
Are you? So you come back. You give him some.
I give him some tacos.
He has a little vial of blood just waiting for you.
This means a lot. For narrative reasons, it does. Do you want me to let you know what I find? I'll do it as soon as possible. Or I don't know what you want to know and what you want. What do you want me to do? I'll go run this.
I trust you. If it's important, let me know.
Of course.
Otherwise, I don't care.
But we can do it after a game. The blood will keep. You have a freezer?
She's so bad at going.
I appreciate the offer.
She doesn't even
Maybe
know
another
basic like, positioning on the field. She always just she doesn't even know the dodge button. Okay, so if you would like to examine that, I would say if you want to take your second downtime to make preparations, perhaps.
I'll make preparations and I'll go analyze that blood.
I'll let others take their first action before we do.
Sure.
So if I come out of Eclipse,
Yes.
how does that affect my stress level here?
So your stress clears. You do need to change your fated person, their fate, or both.
Yes.
But I think we can handle that probably at the end of downtime.
Alright, so stress fully clears?
Yep, you just cleared up.
Wow.
Taco with Sally, and you're feeling more connected to the group. I think you understand that maybe your worthiness to them isn't the ability to do everything yourself, and you kind of see Sally's perspective that you did help her, and that maybe what you did wasn't so much a failure, more like a sacrifice, so that what needed to get done was done. Just like in Mountains of Mythos. Sometimes,
if I had known more, I would have tried to make some kind of clumsy metaphor to the game, but it would have just failed.
All right. Who would like to take the next downtime?
Theo wants his engine back.
Yeah. All right. So you would like to go bond with your engine.
Yeah.
You take your tacos, and you head back down to the hangar, where Brickstorm sits as a little suitcase, or backpack, or however he looks in his little condensed form. I'd like to think he's almost like a little adventuring backpack.
All right. Well, certainly been an eventful few days for us. Not really sure how we do this now. You're like that. I Theo puts his hand on the backpack like he was comforting someone, putting his hand on their shoulder.
Yeah.
And just trying to reach out with his mind like he would do in the engine.
Do you want to make an analyze roll for this one?
Yeah. Just what do I need to help? What do I need to do to help you? 4.
Okay. So you put your hand on Brickstorm, and you're not expecting much for a minute, but then it's almost like you start to remember kind of what you're supposed to do, whether that's just your connection with Brickstorm or just happening to remember all the times Jackson tried to teach you how to do your own engine maintenance, or maybe a mixture of both. And you find the button to re-expand Brickstorm. You get him over to his, little area, his bay. You expand him, and you're not an expert on sort of engine maintenance, but you really take the time and you try, and you get 3 on Brickstorm's recovery clock. So he's not perfect yet, but you're making some progress. Awesome. Who's next?
I think Terry's gonna try and make a connection with Jackson.
All right.
We're out of links, guys. We gotta farm those back up.
So, where is Jackson right now?
I think when they land, the second they pull Agnes, right?
Yep.
Into the hangar, I think immediately it becomes like the energy kind of resembles an emergency room when when an ambulance pulls in. Like
Right.
there's a lot of moving. The second, like I imagine the second the B team captain sees, she's like, oh, like something's happening.
Yeah.
So like Jackson has gotten out of hoverboard and like is immediately beginning to desuit to like put on his jumpsuit and stuff.
All right.
Yeah.
While Jackson is getting ready to do this, Terry has snuck off and has now made his way back over to Jackson with a cup of coffee in his hand. And he holds it out to Jackson and just says, looks like it's going to be a long day. Probably a long night too, I imagine.
Beyond a long day.
Coffee?
I need a minute.
All right.
And Jackson just like, I imagine they have like a locker room, right?
Yeah,
They're
probably
just
in this
kinda-
area. You gotta put yourself somewhere.
And he's kind of in front of the sink and he just kind of like washes his face and he goes, we did that.
We did. We survived.
And he kind of, without skipping a beat, like he like hugs Terry and then pulls
Aw.
out and like grabs his shoulders and goes, we did it!
Terry grabs his shoulders. We did!
We did it!
We did it! We did it!
Like one of the B team members walks in and just
Yeah, like Vi walks past 'cause she's about to go. They're about to go do some routine maintenance to their mech, and they see you and just like turn around and leave.
And in the commotion of them grabbing each other's shoulders, the coffee has fallen to the floor.
Oh no.
Okay. All right. Get me more coffee. That was a good note. That was good.
I'll do that.
Give me the B team.
What do you need the B team for?
I mean, this is the greatest recovery we've had in ever. The most important thing we've all been looking for. I feel like this is all hands on deck, right?
I would normally agree, but I feel like this is something that we as a team should do ourselves. Because I feel like this is a big thing for you, and having people we don't know as well around might make the situation a little more strenuous.
Maybe. But I don't know. It's felt weird, right? The stuff with Sally's mom, with Sam. If these spore things are infecting our brains or whatever, they should know, right?
And if they're not, and we get everyone concerned for no reason,
If you could have spores, would you want to know?
I suppose you're right.
Look, Sam was as much family to them as you or me, right? Look, things have been weird around here for the past year, since Sam left. Before that, things with the B team were a little closer. I'm not saying I'm looking for that again. To be honest, they do their own thing and keep to themselves. For the most part. And that's how I think it's fine. But I just think they'll want to be aware of what's happening, right? But I don't know. What do you think?
I think they lost one of their own pretty recently. And while this recovery would be a win, there is, and I like to think in the more optimistic of terms, but I've seen the pain you've been going through, and if this situation brings us nothing but pain, it would bring them nothing but pain too. This would turn from a win to a loss for all of us, and frankly, I don't think they should have to go through that again this quickly. I'm just being honest with you.
No, you're right. You're right. Let's.
And I'm not trying to be a downer, because we did do that.
No,
We killed a giant silverfish, and we recovered Agnes.
Trust me. I think I don't want to like overhype. I think we just beat the size record for kill. So
We might have.
I
check
think
the
we
books later.
definitely. I think we definitely. That aside, I think you're right. Clear the hangar. Get him out of here. Why don't you get more coffee? And
can do that.
why don't you pull up that old mechanics manual I gave you the first day you got here? It never opened.
Yeah, I can definitely get the dust off of that.
Let's do that.
And I'll meet you
Thanks.
there with some coffee.
Thanks, Terry.
All right.
All right.
And Terry kind of pats him on the back and then walks out to go get more coffee.
So you may make a roll of your choice. You may donate a die if you appreciated that.
No.
I think.
There you go.
Ooh. I'm gonna gonna go.
Take it.
Oh, take it. No, what are you doing? What are you doing?
It's like one of those Turkish ice cream vendors.
Can I go? Oh, God, I have flow, analyze, perceive, and defy. I feel like flow would be good because we're like really flowing through the moment and stuff. So let's see. Actually, no, let's not go with that one. Let's go with the Sleepy Panda. The Sleepy Panda died. I got a 2 and a 5.
Ooh.
Okay, so
Finally, my dice do something for once.
So 5, you do gain 3 links back with Jackson.
Awesome.
Next downtime. Anybody?
It's me, right?
If you would like to take the next one, yeah.
Yeah, sure. I think I'm going to. I think I'm going to bond with Hoverboard.
All right, yeah, sure. I think again we can house rule this that you can, I guess at this point, like choose whether you want that to be recovery or links.
All right. I think I'm going to make it recovery.
Yeah, she's a little banged up.
I kind of, after I pull on my overalls and I'm meeting with Terry, I like walk into the hangar. What is she like doing anything, or is she just like chilling?
I think she's sitting down. She's looking at her hands and picking out like little metal splinters from trying to pull the antennas out. You know, she's got these big sort of like breaks in her hands from attempting.
I think I kind of walk over and I like put a hand like kind of on her leg, and I go, I don't know if you can talk like the others. I don't know if you choose not to. If you don't, that's fine. We can be chill like that. I kind of like what we got going on here. I feel like, you know, I'll admit, you do not talk in my brain, and that's kind of cool in my book, right?
She gives you a little thumbs up.
I go, like, look, what I'm trying to say, but really fumbling through, is I like Hoverboard. I like that you and I are symbiotic and independent, right? Thank you. You didn't have to help me back there, and you chose to, right? I know we're not mind melded or whatever, but
She reaches out and very gently like pats your head. Almost like not really touch it because she doesn't want to like hurt you.
I go like, let's repair your hand, and let's save Sam, right? Right? And then he kind of like does this, and I imagine she is used to hugging him, and she kind of like goes onto her stomach, I guess in this case, and just kind of does like a this.
Yeah,
with
you
it.
know, very careful. She knows how to like. She appreciates the show of, you know, affection.
Yeah. And then Jackson is going to, after that, you know, just before working on Sam, kind of help pick out those last couple like thorns and weld up the gaps in the armor.
Yeah, sure. You can go ahead and make your roll.
All right. So that is Express, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Express, and you know I'm gonna push myself.
Oh, you want to do a clips over this? Splinters are really stuck.
No, it's one die. Sleepy good. 3.
So you can add 2 to her recovery track. You know, you managed to pull out a lot of the little metal pieces that are bothering her. I think you're, like, as much as you really appreciate her, your mind is really elsewhere, and you realize this is maybe not the best headspace to be, like, welding her hands back together. And you sort of, like, we can finish this later. I've done what I need to do so you're not actively, like,
In pain.
in robot pain, but...
Worst kind of pain.
Who would like to go next?
Take my second downtime.
Yeah.
So we have this new refurbished training facility.
You do. You know, your newly renovated training facility. It's got Stairmaster now, the cool bicycles that show you pictures like you were on a real bicycle.
Is this a training facility or a hotel gym?
Yes.
Yes.
So Theo's feeling like
There's someone over there running a Zumba class.
he needs to like
B-team bonding.
Theo's got to like get himself together, and he's kind of been winging this whole, I'm an engine pilot thing. And I was like, no, I need to be on point. Not, totally obsessive to the point that he was before Sally came and reassured him, but he still like got that idea of like,
Yeah, no, there's more like 80s montage.
I'm-
You're like tying a.
I'm not good enough yet, but I can get there. So when I do the training facility, is that like just that, like instead of another?
Yep, so you can use your action to train. You get to gain 2 XP in Sun
Nice.
as you beef up at the gym with your big gains.
So I maxed out my son.
Yeah,
I think I can get a point in one of these.
you're Zumbaing as hard as you can. Awesome. So you get a point in one of those abilities if you have reached the end of the Sun XP track.
Yeah.
Hooray! Good job.
It's gonna take a point in. I'm just gonna go for Defy.
Nice. Awesome. So Theo, you're feeling your sick
Yeah.
gains already. Cool.
I'm ready. It's not gonna happen again.
Awesome. You feel like you just leveled up. All right.
I'll do my long-term, my blood analysis.
Yes, you would like to make some preparations.
Make some preparations. And so I'll go to my little Easy Bake Science kit and I'll go over and get my blood station set up.
All right. So you do your little, your science.
Do my science.
Woo, science. Okay, so you're gonna do a roll for that first of all.
Yes. So I'm going to be analyzing, I would imagine. And there's 5.
Yay.
Thank goodness.
The readiness check. We're gonna do it backwards since the mission ended. It was down to 1. It gained 3, so it's now at 4 out of 5 notches in tier 1. Yay. I will tell you the results, and then you can ask your little questions that you get to ask.
Perfect.
I believe you get to ask. What'd you get? A 4?
Yeah, a 5.
5. So you get to ask one question and a follow-up question. So you go to analyze this blood. And it's kind of strange. Which, like, okay, yeah, he's a human from, I don't remember, like 1,000 years in the future, was it?
Roughly.
He's not even human. He's not from Earth.
He could be.
That doesn't mean.
You could be a
That's
human that
true.
was born elsewhere.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
At first, you think that there's no traces of spores in his system, which is a little weird. But then you're spending some more time on that DNA, which is really puzzling to you. And after a bit, you realize his DNA is almost as if he is both human and Leviathan. And you realize something else, sort of secondarily. His DNA, it's slight, but there seems to be a match between his DNA and yours. As if he was like a very far cousin or a direct descendant thousands of years in the future.
My baby.
Well, that certainly is a twist.
And you can ask a question if you'd like.
You got any
From your
questions
list.
after that?
Comes off of your little gather.
I see it. I think I know how to use my eyes still. Hold on.
Good lord.
Whew. Oh man. I mean, the one that's coming up to me is like, how are blank and blank connected? It'd be like, how are me and Theo connected to the Leviathan? Like, how does this? Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna see if I can get any more information about how, not how me and Theo are, but how we are connected to the Leviathans, like what this has done, what the repercussions of this are.
Yeah, you spend a really good chunk of the day just looking at all the numbers, all the like results that you can think of between him and you and your mom, and the only like sort of hypothesis you can start to form is that maybe when your mom sort of like willfully took these large amounts of this symbiotic like creature that is known to evolve and change into her body, she taught it to sort of gel to her DNA in some sort of way, which is why, despite not really having large traces of it in your own body, you seem to synchronize so well with Terp, because Terp, as a being, has already understood you through this sort of weird genetic communication these spores create. And as such, maybe over these 1,000 years of evolution, Theo has become almost sort of like a perfect meld of the two.
I get a follow-up question,
Yes.
right? I'm gonna ask who here best can help me. Who can help me figure this out more? Like, Terry!
Howdy, gang. Terry Reveal here.
Why is that how you start off every sentence when you first say it?
Very trivial. Ooh. One of the engines, most likely either Brickstorm or Terpsichore.
Okay.
I think it would be a different approach for both of them.
Yeah.
But you know Terpsichore knows something she's not telling you.
Yeah.
And you know Brickstorm was there when both of them were pulled.
Okay. Next time.
Yeah.
Bonding with. Okay. I am not going to keep this to myself.
Yeah, you can go
but I am going to go straight to Theo with it, not to I'm not gonna like
You're my
blindside
boy.
him to everyone.
Yeah. Theo, who just finished like doing some cool punches in the training room, is like, ha! And you come in like,
My baby boy.
Hey, hi Theo.
Oh, the vibe is different. Okay.
Hi. How you doing? You look better. You look.
Since we last talked
Yeah, it was
earlier,
a whole. Yeah.
it's been hours at this point,
Um.
Like, just got out of the
I'm
gym
pretty
showers.
much the same, but you know, I exercised.
That's good. You should. Have you eaten?
Yeah, you brought me a taco.
Oh, thank gosh. Okay, good. And you ate it all, right?
Most of it.
Well, that's fine. You don't need to clean your plate. You just need to make sure that you're eating well.
Thanks, Mom.
About that. So, we need to talk. I looked at your blood and we need to talk.
That's how all
Okay,
great conversations start.
I told you, like, if this is just like,
You've got 3
you
hours.
know, you know, if this isn't important, like, I don't need to know
No,
that my
this is
cholesterol's
super
high.
important. This is super important, though. Yes, and you should make sure to take care of yourself. Are you seeing your general practitioner? No, I'm getting off track. What do you know about Leviathans in the future?
They were bad, and we eradicated them, and now humanity is safe.
What if I told you that I had pretty definitive proof that that's not the case? Hint, involves your blood. It involves you and involves us.
That sounds a little traitorous.
No. I prefer making the best out of a bad situation, maybe? Our blood looks... Your blood... Not that it'd be the same as my... Your blood doesn't have any of the spores.
in it, but instead it looks like your DNA and the Leviathan DNA has been combined, perhaps over time, perhaps I don't think that they've been telling you all the truth. I don't know what it's like in the future, and I can't tell you for certain, but it looks like something is, they weren't telling you everything. Sidebar, also, we're related. Through DNA purpose. I mean, it's a long way off into the future, but this
is
changes
a lot.
everything. I know, and you're just in your gym clothes, and I really should have let you take off the sweatband first.
Look, we just got off a long mission. You've only had a couple hours with this.
But I wanted to tell you first, and I won't tell anyone if you don't want me to, but I know that we're doing the open and honesty policy, and I didn't want to blindside you in front of them.
I know you're, like, good at what you do, but, like, so maybe just take a night, you know, look at it again in the morning and see if I'm still a Leviathan, okay?
Not the words I used, but, I won't bother you with this until you're ready to talk to me more, and I won't tell the other boys if you don't want me to, but I think that it's important. And I don't think anything less of you. My DNA's all sorts of messed up too. We're gonna figure this out, though.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
I'll see you tomorrow. Waffle day tomorrow.
I love Waffle Day. Bye, son. I've been Theo.
Theo's like already like walking away.
I know you didn't die back there. I bet you wish you had though.
Oh my god.
Okay. So,
I'm not following that up. No.
Terry.
Terry would like to finish his long-term project of his deep analysis of Icarus.
Oh, yes, you were working on analyzing Icarus.
Yes, I had 2 marks left to do with that, of trying to find out if Icarus is pumping spores into my body and if our connection is getting stronger, especially now that I know that Brickstorm and Terpsichore can speak.
Yeah, so you walk to go see Icarus. He's chilling again because he really no skin off his back in that last fight.
He's still covered in like goop, but he's just vibing.
He's got a lot of like isopod goop on him. He's kind of like brushing that off when you find him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you do your same like sort of meditation thing
Yeah,
with
it
him?
would definitely be like the same, like get absorbed, kind of sit within him and try and sense like, after this mission, are we even closer than we were before? Are we so, especially after we've transcended now, like are we even more linked up? Is he gonna speak to me? Like what's gonna happen?
Yeah, you can go ahead and roll a dice roll of your choice.
I'm gonna go with perceive.
Yeah, absolutely.
4.
Okay. So you spend some time sitting in Icarus. You both get into your sort of little meditative state that you do together again. How many points were left on your little project?
2.
Perfect. 4 is 3, so you finished.
Awesome.
So you take some time. You reflect on what Sally said, that you don't have like huge amounts of spore inside of you. You know, she's not really got the strongest data set yet, but your levels aren't really anything like where Elena's were at or anything like that. You do kind of take more time to notice that connection that you two have, and sort of like the longer you sit inside of Icarus and allow this sort of connection to be, the more you sort of feel like you're one being again, and you kind of reminisce on your fight, and you realize that there were really moments where like it wasn't like you were piloting Icarus, it's like you were like fighting those things off yourself, you know, which you have a bond with Icarus. And it's definitely getting to that point where you don't really need to think, and like it's less like you're controlling something and more like you are just being Icarus, but you don't really feel like he's likely to just start like talking in your head at any point.
Gotcha.
you would guess, you're not really a science person yourself, but from trying to ask Sally and like pretend to understand her notes that she was telling you earlier, there's something like special about her connection to Terpsichore related to like the work her mother did, and
Gotcha.
you've got a ways to go before you're at that point with Icarus.
All right. Yeah, I think Terry's definitely he's gonna get out of Icarus, kind of just look at Icarus and just be like, I guess we're keeping it just weird tummy rumblings, bud. And then he's gonna walk over and join Jackson at Sam with the coffee.
Okay. You can take that excess point and put it into a link with Icarus, I
I will
think.
do that.
All right. Mr. Ike.
I mean, I'm trying to think what he would do. I mean, probably just start working on Sam, but I don't know if we want to do that during downtime.
No, you can do that.
What would that be?
I would say make preparations.
Okay. He is going to just kind of try and force an ejection and try to just see if there is a body in there,
Yeah.
and then, just go from there.
So I think before anything, you can go ahead and make a roll of your choice.
Analyze?
Sure.
All right, and then... Yep. Please.
You gain 2 segments on the readiness track.
Okay. Not ideal, but
Stuff is in tier 2 readiness.
not the worst thing that could have come out of that.
Yeah. You do the things you know to do. You hit the eject button, you investigate sort of the front and center of this thing, and it doesn't take much to notice that where there should sort of be like a chest cavity, looking at the big hole in this thing, it almost looks like there isn't one. Like, this is just a complete creature without the sort of space that you would expect to see.
Okay. I kind of hook up the system to it. I want to see what, like, the last, like I did with Nocturne, of seeing just, like, what are the last commands, what are the last, inputs being given.
Yeah. You take a look at this, and probably for, like, the last hour that this, like, there's a point where the engine stops having any sort of, like, signals or vitals or anything that you would know to check. Probably an hour before that, there are no, like, user commands being entered.
What is the engine doing?
It's like, at that point, there's no sort of, like, data of what was happening, because that would usually be coming from user side. So there's, like, vital signs that are showing that the engine was running, and then the engine was in critical failure, and then the engine stopped. But besides those vitals, there's not, like, information about, like, thrusters activated or,
Call Sally over. Is Agnes alive?
I mean, with our experience with the engine so far, I'd say that there's no reason to think that he's not a Terpsichore. What's going on?
Agnes isn't alive anymore.
What was this?
Do I hear her ask what was this?
Are you like?
I'm gonna be looking heckin' pensive.
Yeah, you're. Like,
And I'm gonna be looking at Agnes and looking at you, and as I'm like directing my questions in my head.
I have things I should tell you because they're important. And I haven't told you to... I wanted to make sure that you were able to do what you needed to do here without things getting in the way.
These aren't things getting in the way. These are people. I say that out loud.
Not that, no, we learned that when you reach a critical point between connection with the engine and the human, there is a final symbiosis that takes place. Sally,
I'm like rushing over to Agnes at this point.
She goes quiet.
This is him. This is both of them.
No, this is Agnes.
No, it's Sam. She hasn't been telling me everything.
So,
I don't know
So
everything. But this is Sam.
when you say she, who is she?
Terpsichore.
We were afraid that if you knew, you wouldn't.
Did it kill him? Will it
It's
kill
not-
us?
Sally, I don't know how to say this. I'm not just Terpsichore anymore. And I thought if you knew, you wouldn't be willing to bring me into battle, and we couldn't do the things we needed to do to finish my work, our work.
Terpsichore?
I like grab her shoulder because like I can tell. Dude, look at me. What is she saying? Sal, deep breath. I don't care. Look, Spores, regardless. That is not you. Right?
Oh, but it's...
It's not you, but what is it? What is it saying?
I think that's my mom.
Oh, cool.
Not
Not cool.
Terpsichore?
Yes.
What happened to my mom?
She became a part of me, and I became part with her, and it's still me, Sally. It's us, Sally.
I think at this point Jackson like walks over to his desk and like grabs the trash can and just goes like, "You look like you're gonna throw up."
Vomits profusely.
Also, Terry's just been standing here with your coffee. Terry's just there holding the coffee, like.
Vomits profusely.
Terry's just constantly standing around while you two have disgusting discoveries.
Sally, what is... I kind of turn and I look at the giant green mantis. Sally,
Jackson?
what or who is sitting in my hangar right now?
Jackson, that's my mom. That giant robot is also my mom.
Are you constantly linked with it?
Yep.
So your mother has been aware of every single thing that's just happened to us and is choosing just now to reveal that she has been, or well, I don't want to say alive. I don't know what this is. In spirit this whole time?
I knew that something was going on. I knew that something was wrong when we were out there. I didn't think that this could possibly be it.
Okay. Okay, take a second. Take a minute.
I think they're...
Okay. Friend to friend here? I would love a way we could talk without her listening?
That sounds like it'd be very stressful for me.
I don't know. Look, man, it's been a hot second since I've seen my mom. Don't ask.
Well, have you asked? Let's be careful.
I mean, I wouldn't. Yeah, what's up, Terry? What's up, Terry?
Are all of our parents?
God, I hope not. So
That's a whole other can of worms for me to deal with.
Theo doesn't have a dead relative that we know of. Theo was just kind of a
he has
guy.
alive relatives we know of. There's other things that have happened, Jackson. There's...
Did his sister get sent back in time?
I need to get...
What, did somebody make a wormhole and they went through?
Theo, I need you in the hangar.
Full Theo family vacation. We're all going through a wormhole, gang. What do you mean?
I was just getting ready, turn
Theo, I need you
in
in the hangar.
I'm on my way.
Lost track of where we stand in this situation.
I take a beat. I take a moment. And I walk over to Hoverboard.
She looks at you.
We need to be honest with each other. You cannot lie to me. Hoverboard. I haven't seen my mom in years. Hoverboard, I was too young to ask my dad. Hoverboard, you're not my mom, right?
She looks deeply confused and she just goes like...
Oh, thank God. Okay, not all our moms. Not all our moms.
I don't even want to ask if Icarus is my dad. I feel like that's something I don't want to address. My dad died on a military mission when I was younger.
Dude.
And Draco really didn't want me as a pilot.
Oh, God.
So, I mean, your options are, you can ask that thing, or you can ask Draco.
I look to Icarus, who is just chilling out right now.
I think he's less chilling now.
Yeah.
He's trying to chill. It's
Icarus, bud, I know you like to be a little mischievous at times, but, Dad?
He shakes his head.
Cool!
Very quickly.
Awesome.
The fear of...
Cool.
Theo comes into the hangar.
Our parents are not our robots.
Hey guys, what's up? Something important happened?
Oh, you
Where
might
is
know
the
it.
approximate location of your dad? Guess. Shot in the dark.
2 galaxies over and 1,000 years in the future?
That far?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Really? This keeps going. Okay. Question.
That's
two.
another thing for later.
Okay. You're certain Brickstorm isn't your dad, right?
We've been having an existential crisis here in the hangar.
I think Brickstorm is a child?
Oh, that's even more questions.
Do you have a sibling, a cousin?
Close up.
That is most likely dead as far as you
Do you
know.
have a dead relative?
I have relatives that haven't been born yet.
Theo, we have come to an No, hold on.
what is that?
That's
What
not
does
even...
that mean?
What does that mean?
We haven't even broached that chestnut.
I'd like to broach that chestnut.
This is a different thing?
What do you mean a different thing? What were you two talking about?
I still don't have my blood back.
She thinks I'm a Leviathan.
Are you
What?
She thinks I'm a Leviathan.
I'm sorry. I am beyond. I am not the smartest crayon in our group, but I am
Smartest
beyond confused.
Does that mean, do you go in the brink? Do we have a brink?
Do you mean a brig?
Brink. Brink? Brink.
It's Brig, bud.
I was like, surely it can't be brig. That's stupid. Okay, do you go in the brig?
Well, I'm a human, so no. She's
He
wrong.
he goes like,
He feels
What?
human.
pretty human?
I was telling them. I didn't even get a chance to tell them about my discoveries with you. I was trying to figure out what was going on with this engine, and it looks like the engine has fused with Sam, and it turns out that robot's my mom.
Okay.
But
Let's take a minute.
Icarus,
Let's take
not
a
my
minute.
dad.
And hoverboard is not my mom. Okay, stop. Take a minute.
Hey,
Real
gang,
quick.
I just rolled our Fallout roll for the night.
Oh
Um, so an engine just went dormant, and I think that's a perfect time to say that Terpsichore has read the room, and she has heard your thoughts about wanting some space, and she has forcibly severed the connection for now by
Did that
means
put
of
me in eclipse?
powering herself down. You can choose if
Well,
whatever.
because you were fractured, a soured note, and
Yeah.
shattered your harmony. I'm an eclipse.
Yeah, you're in eclipse,
baby.
Everyone else thinks Sabbath looks a little off.
As Terpsichore just kind of like,
Where is she? What? Terpsichore?
Oh my god, that's it. And I walk over to Sally and I slap her. Zone in!
Wow!
I am not losing another one of you to craziness. Look at me.
Another one?
Look at me. Look at me. I had him go all maverick on me. I'm not doing that again. I don't know what freak out you're about to have, right? We'll work through it together as a team. You missed the bat, dude. The B team's gonna clean that up. I'm not cleaning it. They're
I
not
need to
doing
sit
anything.
down. I need to sit down.
Okay, and I pull over like one of those mechanic like rolly chairs.
A rolling chair.
as you just like sadly slide away.
Okay, all right. You know what? When you say power down, does that just mean like slumped, like on the floor, or like backpacked?
She just like turns into a toaster. No, I think she just kind of like lights down, head down, is just dormant.
Let's do this. Why don't you grab? Do you remember the tool you use to backpack an engine?
The backpack tool.
Can't hear it in my head.
Iconic.
Sure, the backpack tool. It's the gray-looking, key-looking thing in one of my big drawers. Go over, grab one, and why don't you backpack Terpsichore, right? Because
That's my mom.
that's
Here,
I don't
my
want to come back to her
mom.
mom.
dude. I am. As long as that thing can move, if it can think for itself, that's not good.
It's not doing anything.
That's
it's not
the point.
thinking. It's not feeling. It's not doing anything. I can't hear her.
That's the point. Let's calm down. Let's calm down. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. If she can power herself off, she might be able to power herself on. And I don't want any of us to lose track of an engine.
I will go.
Sally.
I will go
Sally.
get the key.
Sally.
Terry goes to get the key. Terry comes back with said key.
Okay, Sally. Let's.
I do want to point out, as we're backpacking this, that you said she can function on her own. Hoverboard also does very much go off on her own.
That's different.
Different conversation for a different time. Here's the key.
I'm not doing this.
Oh, I'm doing this?
It's on page 8 of the manual. You read the manual, right?
Hold up,
Jackson, you do it
Why am I doing it?
because you know what you're doing, and it's my mom.
Brother, I'll be real. I mean, there's still dust on that manual. Here you go.
God. And he takes it and he goes, okay, before we backpack anybody, before anything happens, right? Couple things I need to get off my chest. A couple big feelings I need to say.
Oh.
And I spin the hoverboard. You swear you're not my mom.
She like holds out a big key.
Thank God. Okay, 1, 2. You can't talk in my brain and are just choosing not to, right? And 3, you cannot power off like that, can you? Is that one of those things where you're like, I feel like I could if I tried, but I don't know? Sick. Okay, so that's neat. I'm gonna go do that. while I do that, please explain to us what you meant by the thing earlier. Because you and Theo sounded like you had something you wanted to tell us.
Oh,
and you didn't
well,
get to that.
you know,
And
the
I-
robots, my mom and Theo's my son, and everybody is a robot now.
I'm
and
about
I'm
to
just
do it.
spinning in the chair, like very slowly.
I'm stuck on the fact that I might be a robot.
You're not a robot.
All right. Cool.
God, Terry.
You know what you are?
It's always about
You know what
Terry.
you are?
Terry, you're a good boy. Terry's just a good. You're not a robot. I'm a robot. My mom is a robot.
Terry.
Spinning.
Terry Treville. That's all you gotta be, all right? And I kind of begin to backpack and like pull it together. And I go towards I imagine we have like a shelving space for this. I go towards it and I put it in and then I close it and then I lock it. So your mom, just to get this straight, right? Because I don't like it when my dad creeps on us and tries to figure out what we're up to all the time. So your mother has been fully aware and cognizant and watching us for the past year.
Isn't that crazy? That's insane. That's crazy.
Terry,
That's a
slap her
crazy
again.
thing. No one will slap me anymore.
It's been a while since I slapped someone.
If you laugh like that again, you're getting slapped. Hey.
I feel like we lost the plot on a moment in time.
Like we have. This feels not well.
I think I should get off this rolling chair and go
Terry,
lay down.
why don't you take her to her dorm? And okay, why don't you go to your dorm? I'll keep dealing with this. I imagine my dad is gonna have a couple angry notes when he gets back here.
Hope your dad's not a robot.
Let's go, Sally. Let's get you to you. Let's let you down.
Theo, do you want anything to do with this?
I'm not sure I believe any of this yet.
Baby boy.
Believe you're seeing it with your eyes.
We're wrong.
I believe something's going on with her.
We're leaving.
I mean, you do have similar faces.
So you two
Oh, yeah,
exit
I'm gone.
somewhat.
We're gone.
Theo, are you gonna take this opportunity to like awkwardly sidle out of the hangar?
Yeah, I think Theo's going back to his door. It's
Yeah.
like, whatever this is,
Like,
we can deal with it tomorrow.
gotta go. Okay.
Some more mountain mythos.
I imagine Jackson at this point either hears boots or something. Somebody's got to at least have words for us. We kind of did a whole thing. The moon is covered in guts.
We messed up the moon,
Oh,
guys.
there's so much moon goo.
I think we'll cover that next time. So if there's
All
any
right.
last things Jackson would like to do, you may.
All right, I think Jackson, is gonna go. Okay, he's dead, 100%. And I turn to Hoverboard. He's dead, right? Whatever this is, Sam, Agnes, whatever, dead. All right. Let's, I guess, biopsy this plant. Figure this out.
She just keeps like looking between it and you, like unsure what you want her to do with that.
We're gonna see what killed him together, because you're this size and I am small. What do you mean fair? You okay? And then Jackson just kind of like begrudgingly, like normally he like sloops into it, but this time he like opens it kind of like a door, just kind of like walks in the hoverboard.
Okay. I think that is where we will wrap it up for tonight.
Whew.
Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us tonight.
It's been an interesting night.
Oh,
Yes,
boy.
it certainly has. If you were intrigued, you can go ahead and smash that subscribe button, ring that bell, and join us again next Monday for our next episode. Thank you so much.
If we get 10 million likes, Terry dies.
Oh,
Can we get 10 million likes?
No!
thank you very much, everybody.
No!
Have a great night. And we'll see you next week.